mind us, we're just talking about Godzilla and Kong over here.
Yeah.
Who will be in the session tonight. We're very excited.
Who are guesting in the session this evening?
They're a lot younger in this one. So.
We did have to lie to them to get them both here, so if you could just be cool and not mention that the other one is in chat, that would be great.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love you guys. Well, welcome back, everyone, to Fate's End, a homebrew Dungeons and Dragons game driven by Fate. I will be your tail weaver for the evening. I also cut our grass was cut today, and I'm dying, so I'm gonna be like this all night long. So I apologize in advance for that and possibly sneezing, but I'll try to mute my mic when that happens. Plants hate me and they want me to die. Happy belated Easter to everyone. We hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Let's jump into our announcements. Before we do our announcement, I almost forgot. This is by far the most important announcement that you're gonna see ever on Fate's End. Danny, you might be muted. I don't know if you worded that. If this episode, wait, what was that? If this episode doesn't end with Samson on a beach with everyone else, I'm out.
You heard it here.
That was from Slayer Geezer.
We're gonna do our best.
We are really going to try.
It might take more than one episode. I don't know. We'll see.
We're going into the vault, guys.
Danny.
That's Uramu's plan anyway.
Okay, is everyone ready to see the best plant in existence?
Yes.
Here we go.
What's the plant's name?
Oh yes, her name is Esperise because she's thick with 3 C's.
Look at her.
In all of her glory.
What's her workout plan?
All legs, all day.
She will be starting a workout
She's
channel
grinding.
to partner with her.
All right. Brace
That
yourselves
is-
for all of the Esperise
Right
spam that
here.
we're about to do.
Imagine anytime I succeed on a persuasion check, it's because she just turns around.
She just
and-
turns around.
Yeah.
But is that not the most amazing plant you've ever seen in your life?
So great.
But moving on! We want to shout out Tabletop Audio. That is tabletopaudio.com for the ambience and the music in this episode tonight. All of this audio is amazing and completely free to use in your own games. I'm going to move the mic in front of me, so there we go. That should be better. Sorry. But please do consider supporting Tim on Patreon so that he can continue to make amazing sound sets. We currently support him, and we encourage you to do so as well. And I'm going to go ahead, unless Daniel he's watching live, so he may be a little bit behind.
There it is.
Everyone loves your plant, Danny. Yes, so we want to shout out our partner, Wonder Lily Dice. Wonder Lily Dice is a handmade dice making company here in Huntsville, Alabama. They make sharp edge dice, dice jewelry, and other adventure items such as hand-stamped leather journals and handmade resin pens. And you can find their shop at wanderlilydice.com, so be sure to use the code INKANDLYRE10 to get 10% off your order. And actually, with both Wander Lily and Nine Realms, if you were in the Huntsville area, they're doing the annual Huntsville Expo Comic and Pop Expo. Huntsville Comic and Pop. Yes, that. Just put Huntsville
Comic-Con.
Huntsville, basically, yes. Huntsville Expo.
Huntsville Comic-Con.
Put Huntsville Expo in the Googly, and the Googly will tell you. The Googly will tell you just where.
Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo.
Thank you, Danny. You are a saint.
Got there.
And that is going to be this weekend. I believe it starts either Friday or Saturday, and it will be throughout the entire weekend. So you can catch them there. And then shout out, of course, Nine Realms Gaming. They create top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. They make dice trays, dice vaults, hero vaults, dice towers, all gorgeous. They never use dyes or stains, only oil-based finishes to bring out that natural wood color. If you want to grab epic game gear, visit the website at ninerealmsgaming.com and use our exclusive partner code LYRE10 to get 10% off. Oh, let me put that in chat too. Wander and McBluff Lollapalooza and Realms. Shout out to Sirenscape for the ambient music as well, or some of the ambient sounds as well. We use their online player on stream, and we use some of their sounds as well. So we want to definitely shout them out. Remember, our Discord is available to all our community members. That's Command Discord. So come hang out with us, the cast and crew, our humble little community, and just chill and be free with us in the Lyre chat. And our giveaway. I am so sorry. I know we usually give away a Nine Realms Gaming Vault on the first episode of Fate's End of the month. I had to move it to Monday, which is this coming Monday on the 12th, because things got absolutely nuts and crazy. It's coming. It's coming. So continue to join us next Monday for Fate's End, for our exclusive Nine Realms Gaming giveaway, and of course our fabulous and amazing and well-written ads that we do for those giveaways that are just the peak of creativity, of just the chef's kiss, the juices coming from the ideas that just eke out of our brains for that. So, however, I don't want to leave you guys empty-handed, because we do give out something every first Monday for Fate's End of the month. So we are going to give away one of our founder enamel pins this evening. Let me pop that up. We are going to give one of those. We only made 100 of these, and there will only ever be 100 of these, and we only have 5 left. They are signed by Daniel and I. We made these to celebrate the creation of Ink and Lyre, and of course the launching of our channel, and we just want to reward those who chose to support us early from the very beginning. Once they are gone, they are gone. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that up. We're going to start I'm going to sneeze. We are going to start the giveaway, and we are going to announce the winner after our break. And you're gonna use the command loot once I get it going. Hold on. Let me get it. I'm going. Let's see. There it is. Okay. And it should be live now. So that is command loot, which is !loot to enter that giveaway. And again, we will announce the winner after our break, after we come back from break this evening. Just a friendly reminder about our awesome and amazing charity live stream that is coming up. We are so excited. We will be doing a Neverland charity live stream come this April 16th that will be benefiting Child's Play. That is our chosen charity. And of course, I'm going to say it every time, our amazing and talented Deanna Smith will be DMing that charity live stream, and we'll be using the module setting Neverland, the Impossible Island by Diana. She is known as @SuperDylan on Twitter and is also the co-host of the Fem-Splained podcast. And I will go ahead and I will put that in chat as well. She is wonderful. And yes, so that will be this coming April 16th. Tonight, our final thing, Ermir is going to be recapping the last episode for us. That being said, the time has come. Let us draw our cards for tonight's episode of Fate's End.
Oh, hello. It's Uramir. You probably don't recognize me. You see, last time on Fate's End, I got some new clothes, like brand new, made just for me. No one's ever worn them before.
Loose and stripped, very Renaissance, like a Romeo doublet that is more form-fitted at the elbows. The sleeves are tied up with strips of fabric at the shoulders, and almost like a visor, a small inch thick sleeve kind of comes out on top of that, almost like a fingernail.
Pretty nice, right? The shirt even inflates when I pull this string. Here, watch.
If you will just yank very hard on that leather strip up by your left shoulder,
Right, left strip. Yanks it.
you pull it, and the strip of leather on your chest, it's like an emergency raft.
Yes!
You just...
I knew Luden had something to do with it. Anyway, we waited outside of the vaults and Finn came up alone, or so we thought. Turns out Cassius was invisible and they walked right past the guards onto the platform. Brilliant!
Finn's looking super stressed right now, but also really relieved to see Ermir and Luden, and he kind of like, Luden, Ermir, and he like tugs on the invisible hand a little bit as he like runs forward. We did it! Look! I mean,
Where's everybody else?
oh, they're coming. We got him. Look, we got Cassius. I mean, you can't see him. Oh,
Then Prearia and Hesperus came flying out of the vaults, landing in the middle of the street. The sounds of a horn from below summoned just about every guard from the city, and more were coming up from the platform. I had no idea what was going on, but Luden acted quickly. He is used to bossing people around.
Alright, who's doing what? What's happening?
Esperise hesitates a second, but then she'll follow Luden's order and start. She's gonna fly because she's faster when she's flying, just into that alleyway to try to like move as quickly as she can away from stuff, and then start stealthing once she's out of there.
Okay. Who's
Ferrari's also gonna go to the alley.
takes off to the alley?
And Luden is going to call over to Ermir and be like, take them to the mining district.
I led everyone back to the safe house, while Luden stayed behind for Samson. Samson is the craftiest of us. I just knew he was going to come out as a bird or a horse or something. Maybe he cast invisibility on himself. I don't think any of us were prepared to see him in chains.
You see his horns first, and he is completely surrounded by guards. He is ironed and clapped at his wrist. You can't even see his feet because he's completely surrounded by guards. He has something around his neck that has runes engraved on it. And you know what that is because you were a son of Bouclier. For prisoners that were taken into custody, magic users are usually put in irons that prevent them from casting spells.
Meanwhile, we returned to the airship, finally catching a moment to breathe. Snork and Mountain were excited to see Finn and Prearia again. But as they came running down the gangplank, I remembered the Mountain got a little damage to the fuzzy navel. Maybe Prearia wouldn't notice?
You don't know what happened.
I
It's
don't
true.
know, but they went to get him, and Luden's not here yet. What happened to my baby?
Okay, so she noticed. But I cast Mending and all was forgiven. Good thing too. Frey tends to get a bit stabby when she's angry. We all waited a bit longer for Luden and Samson, but when Luden showed up alone, it was clear that something was wrong.
We can figure out what happened later. I
think
know
we
where
should
Samson
figure out
is
what
for
happened
the next
now.
50 minutes. That's it. I know where he is for the next 50 minutes.
Where?
That direction, and he just points in wherever his mind is pinging the hunter's mark.
Okay, I'll admit, that hunter's mark trick was pretty clever. We tracked Samson pretty easily, but not to the prison.
He'll just start slowly walking towards whatever direction he feels it in, if it is the Gold Light Estate.
You feel it. It's coming from the Gold Light Estate.
I knew there was something about Caravis I didn't like. He had tripled his security. The entire estate was covered in guards. He was probably interrogating Samson about what happened in the vaults, if not torturing it out of him. It was clear that we needed to regroup and come up with a plan, after we found out how Samson got captured in the first place.
Okay, so you were made, but how did Samson get left behind? Why did you leave him behind?
We did not.
it's not their fault.
You think we would leave?
Emotions were high, and we had no idea how to deal with Caravis. We knew Samson wouldn't talk, but what about the Wakers? What did they tell him? So yeah, somehow I ended up going with Finn to have dinner with the man who has my friend in chains. What could possibly go wrong?
But we can't bring our own dinnerware either. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I find it that's gonna be really rude, first of all, but I mean, he kind of nods to one of the other guards, and he kind of comes over. Let me say it.
You see with your eyes.
So I wasn't the kindest, but they had my friend. I wasn't going to let him take my plate too. I don't understand how Finn's always so polite. Anyways, the guards led us inside to the dining hall where Caravis was waiting for us. He had a full course meal prepared, but none of us were really in a mood to break bread.
I will have the entire city put on lockdown until we find every last one of you. But have all of you escorted out of my estate right now. You'll be dressed in irons, far too heavy for you to carry. No water, no rest. You will walk the entire distance in these chains until you reach your destination, your resting place within the vaults of slumbering, with your name carved in stone next to your tiefling friend. And there you will join him and waste away for all eternity in an ember's slumbering nightmare.
He may have had a bit of a point there, but it doesn't give him grounds to keep Samson as prisoner. And what was this task? I've got a bad feeling about all of this. Thankfully, Luden and Praeria were having better luck with the Wakers.
The Sparrowhawks appreciate information, but we also appreciate silence. And Luden will look around, like as if to look and see if anyone is watching. And he will, is there like a collection plate or anything that's around?
I'll have to ask Luden if bribery is legal or not. I'm so proud of him. Unfortunately for Finn and I, we didn't have many options when it came to Caravis, and he knew it. That task he wanted us to do without question? Well, there's a reason he wanted us to agree to it beforehand.
The time has come to replace the name that is Vigor from the halls of legacy. The mantle and the Vigor responsibilities cannot sit idle forever. There is only one solution. The houses of legacy must vote must vote to strip Vigor from his titles and privileges so that another may carry out those responsibilities.
All right, we are back. So metamorph, that is actually something that has come up before, and I would love to do a full set. It would take a while. Tanya is in our Discord, and Tanya does Tanya Schofield Can I link her? Can someone link her account for me? Let me see. I'm gonna pull her up. But she's actually helping me like define which cards certain NPCs should be. So like as we play our game, we've kind of talked through like maybe certain NPCs should get to be a card. Maybe certain, other characters that we run into, villains are cards, and just as like the story grows and progresses, that we will continue to build that deck.
Space there. I think that's important.
Let me see. Oh, I can't find her. I will link her on our Discord. Go follow. You're in our Discord. I will link her in the Discord. But she's amazing. She actually does tarot, and she has her own Patreon as well. But yes, that is our idea. We want to do a full deck. We are very excited about that. We would love to make that a reality. All right, so let's jump back in. We pick back up as the party walks down the gangplank of the Arisalant. As you all mentioned, you were going to go back to the Fuzzy Navel in order to retrieve the Vardo. Snonk is nestled all snug in his little ergo baby. Mountain is sitting in your pocket Praeria, still attempting to stick the button you gave him, or them, onto their face. Volpa is gone.
God, I love that thing.
You have some time here as you're all walking back together if you'd like to converse.
As we're walking, Ermir, you can tell he's deep in thought. Like, he's got his arms crossed. He's kind of just walking, like a mixture of like thoughtfulness and just seething anger.
Luden has his short sword back out, and he's doing his ting-ting thing again, because that pain, now that everything's like slowed down a little bit, has come back to his leg, so he's limping.
So, Luden, did you find the Wakers?
Yeah. They already spoke to Caravis, so... Or guards who we assume spoke to Caravis, so... Dead in our part.
Yeah, he seemed to know most of it, but not all of it. He didn't even mention Cassius at all. But
we should probably make a code name for our friend on the boat while we're still here, especially if Caravis doesn't know about him.
What should we call him then?
I don't know. It could be the problem for all I care.
Oh, how about Champion? How about not problem? We can call him Champion.
Yeah, okay. Champion.
What if someone asked why? Champion of what?
It's nobody else's business who the champion is.
Okay. She's also gonna offer her staff to Luden to help him walk better.
He's gonna take it happily and put his short sword back in his belt.
So we have some good news. Mostly good news, and he glances over at Ermir.
Yeah, Ermir's good. Really?
I mean, it's not bad news, right? There's a chance we're going to get Samson back. Like a definite chance. A mostly definite chance.
Luden's eyebrow raises.
So we made a deal with Caravis.
And then it goes back down.
But, the deal is basically... So there's 3 lords that we have to approach about a certain issue concerning Belgain. Caravis no longer wants Belgain to have his title. Oh no, he doesn't mind him alive, at least so far as he said. But he
Jeez,
doesn't
sweetheart.
he doesn't want him to keep his title or his privileges as a lord. And it seems like half of their council refused to vote against him. So we have to be the ones to convince one of them to vote Belgain off.
Okay.
And if we don't do it, he'll keep Samson, and he'll take the rest of us, and he'll arrest us and put us in the vaults forever.
Try.
He could try, but I don't know. I think he has all those guards. He might succeed.
Okay, so Belgain goes.
Just like that.
They have to be. Its entire world, or one man.
It is Samson, and we need to get him back.
And we will, but do we have to do it like this? I mean, I get it's Samson, but it's also Belgain. He's the only friend we've had since we've stepped foot in the city.
What's
There's-
the alternative?
There's no comparison between the two. Yes,
No,
Belgain is nice, but
I'm not trying to compare them, I'm just saying a friend's a friend, and we don't betray our friends.
We
Right?
don't leave them in jail either.
I'm not saying we leave Samson in jail.
Eramir.
Look, we got Cassius out, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Just what's the alternative?
Well, you know where the Wakers are. We can. It'll probably only take one to wake up Samson. We can sneak him out and go down into the vaults and just get him ourselves.
Eramir. Do you think we'll be even allowed near the Wakers?
You just came from them.
Yeah. I found the Wakers, but I have a feeling that already being watched. I don't know if they'll take too kindly, especially for us asking for one of the 4 people that have been imprisoned in their rooms for the time being. And on top of that, there's a lot of ifs and buts to this plan, just like the last one.
and the stakes are too high. If we get captured again this time, we're all done.
Belgain is strong man. He will be fine.
Seems like
Do
we're
you
done
know-
already if we're doing Caravis's dirty work for him.
Do we know exactly what might happen to Belgain if we do this? He loses his privileges, it sounds like. Do we know what those are?
Well, he'd lose his lordship status, but I'm not sure what that means here. Not sure what that entails.
There is maybe, I don't know either, but there is a possibility that no longer being a lord would let him, give him some sort of freedom if he is no longer tied to the nobility that wants him to behave in a way that he does not want to behave.
Well, we're on our way there anyway.
All right.
Just talk to him.
Are we ready to move into the inn?
Yes.
I guess.
You find your way back to the fuzzy navel, and you find the Vardo parked under a large alcove near the back of the fuzzy navel. And you can see where other patrons have kind of parked their carts and horses. You see a cream-colored palomino kind of shakes its head, and the mane just kind of tosses to and fro as it, bows down to drink from a trough. As you all approach, there is a vicious, blood-curdling growl that rips out from underneath the Vardo. Snonk just goes dead silent. Mountain dives down into your pocket, Praeria, although the mushroom is kind of still visible. Some of the horses nearby become spooked and just kind of buck, pulling at the ropes that tie them to the posts near the trough. They stomp their legs and paw at the mud, shifting their bodies as far away from the sound as possible. You can hear them breathing very heavily, and their ears are just shifting back and kind of like moving around frantically as they try to hear and shift to see better as to what is going on.
What was that?
Maybe it's Volpa.
Volpa.
I've never heard her make a noise like that before. Is she capable of making a noise like that? That was scary.
Apparently.
I will send Umber to check underneath the Vardo.
Ludin's gonna pull out his longbow.
Ludin, what are you doing?
Okay, if it's not Volpa, what do we want now?
What if it's a dog?
What are you attempting to do with with Umber?
Just kind of like.
Because you can't see through Umber's eyes, and Umber can't really.
No. I don't want to see through. Just like coax whatever is under there out.
Umber just
like,
kind of like gets down.
Stick your wing up under there. And...
That's what you want him to do?
Okay. Let it bite it. Pull him out. You can't feel pain.
As Umber gets down and kind of waddles over, his ears just kind of twisting and turning, the light bulb above his head blinking rhythmically. Umber just kind of grabs the underneath of the Vardo in order to kind of swing itself under, and like there's the entire time the growl. There's a continuous like growl, and as Umber kind of like shifts underneath and like leans, reaches out its other bat wing with the bedspread linen sheets attached to it. And its fork silverware claws just kind of coming out. You hear this kind of like this very like high pitched that blood curdling growl again, and like just this tearing and like barking, this very loud barking, and just you see kind of like as Umber's just kind of like rattles a little bit, and like Umber's trying to like back up and get away, but his wing is stuck, and then whatever it is lets him go, and then Umber, you see his wing is just kind of like bent, and like he takes his other wing is just crawling on the ground towards you, away from whatever is underneath the Vardo.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. And you continue to hear the. I can't really do a good growl, but like the growling, the rumbling, the growling.
Welp. Let me see.
Maybe we should try and calm her down.
Does she like good berries?
She seems really upset.
I don't have time for this, and he's just gonna walk into the fuzzy navel. Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing?
Finn's going to approach the Vardo very slowly and kind of stop about 2 or so feet away and lower himself and see if he can peek down to make sure it is Volpa.
You lean down and look under, and you see the luminescent glowing of eyes, like 2 small moons reflecting light off from them. And they stare at you, teeth bared, the lips of the snout pulled back, and a low growl building once more. and you kind of have to adjust your eyes, but you do see that it is Volpa. You see chunks of fur from her body missing, and the skin beneath raw in some parts bleeding. You see chunks of her fur kind of littering the ground underneath and all around her. You may make an animal handling check if you'd like.
Yes. Okay. 23. So Finn's going to get down there, and he's just gonna like start talking to her as he slowly reaches his hand under. Volpa, it looks like you really hurt yourself. I know it must be really painful not having Samson here. It must feel like you lost a part of yourself. But we're gonna get him back, okay? I promise. We miss him too.
With your animal handling check, I will say that you know that you can obviously see that Volpa is not taking Samson's absence well, and that you understand animals enough with this animal handling check that she is exhibiting signs of what animals tend to do when they are extremely distressed, anxious, and upset, and she's actually biting and pulling out her own fur in the process. Like, something else didn't hurt her. She did this because she's so distressed. And with that, she will just kind of, like, her ears will just continue to, will pin back against her head, and she will just whine, but like growl, but continue to whine at the same time. Like, there's a mix of this kind of squealish whine against the growling, and she just kind of curls up underneath, along the spare wheel with all the spokes underneath the Vardo, and just, she stops growling, but she wants to stay under there.
You can stay under there if you want, but will you at least let me help you? Even a little bit? And his hand will go a little bit farther, trying to see how close he can get to touching her.
She, her ears pin back, but she doesn't growl.
Okay, so
she'll let you pet her, but she won't move.
Okay, so he'll brush his hand across her wounds, and he'll cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay. And you see the wounds kind of heal. The fur obviously doesn't make the fur regrow, but she her wounds are healed.
Okay. And he'll kind of back off then, and he'll rejoin the group. We should probably leave her alone for now. Let's go see what Luden's doing in there.
All right.
Are we planning on moving the Vardo, or?
Yeah, I guess we should. Should we do that after well, what are we going in there for, first of all?
Walk to Belgain.
Are we actually planning on telling him of our intentions?
We at least need to know what he stands to lose if we go along with this plan.
Okay. Well, then let's go get that over with, and then we can try and see how to move the Vardo.
All right. Luden, you're a little bit ahead, everyone, but eventually the group will, just to keep things simple, will rejoin you. I'm guessing you'd probably wait for them to come in.
Yeah, I'm just at a table.
Okay.
And I haven't called Belgain over or anything like that. His hood's up and he's just staring at the table.
Would you be easy to find, or are you like kind of like incognito or something?
Oh no, if they know what my cloak looks like, so they know.
Okay. So you all walk into the fuzzy navel, and kind of looking around, you see Luden. You can rejoin him. You do indeed find Belgain. He actually doesn't see you guys yet. He is currently in deep conversation with another dwarf. In fact, as you kind of all look over and you kind of get a better look of who he's talking to, you see that he's talking to none other than Muddy Bricktoe. They are smiling at each other, grasping each other's forearms and greeting. And you can hear the conversation. Muddy goes, "It's so good to see you, Belgain, keeping the naval field, I see." Belgain kind of smiles back and says, "Don't I know it? Gonna have to expand soon. It gets too crowded in here most days. Got 2 pigeon pies and fuzzy navels waiting for you already, brother." And then you see, like, Muddy kind of pulls him in and claps him on the back real hard. "Expand! Bin that! You need to run my inn and tavern, Belgain. Leave this mountain behind." You hear Belgain kind of laugh. "You're a dreamer for sure. I hope you make it real. I do, Muddy. I truly do." Finolite, when Belgain says this with your passive insight, you hear a little subtle tinge of skepticism, as if the goal is so ambitious it's in the realm of impossibility, but you see Belgain still strives to support him and be a good friend. And then Muddy kind of beams as he takes a long pull from his ale. "It's gonna be remarkable. Ermir! Finolite! Well, look at who we have here! It has been too long!" He just stomps up to you and like begins. He goes for Praeria first and like brings her into a big hug. And of course, with Praeria being so tall and Muddy being so short, it's like hugging her knees almost.
He's grabbing onto like the counter or anything to like keep from falling on him.
"Well, hey, listen, let me get you around. Let me get you... Belgain!" Belgain's like, "You know this lot." And he kind of like explains how he knows you all, and Belgain walks off and goes to get you guys some drinks.
It's been forever, Muddy. Where have you been?
Well, I had some stuff to finish up over at Brielle's. Like I said, I told you I'd be just a few days or so behind you.
Right. Well, we have definitely gotten some good stuff done here.
Well, that's excellent. Did you accomplish what you needed to accomplish?
For the most part, yeah. Yeah. And we've been staying here for most of the time.
Well, that's wonderful. That's good news.
I trust that you and Brielle are both doing very well.
Oh, yeah, she's doing just all right. She is just all a Twitter with that remarkable find you made. She's in the middle of clearing them out. You know, excavating and all that.
How are things going with the fort?
Oh, the fort. The fort, I tell you, the fort is... I've been developing my blueprints. You don't have to pedal anymore, which is wonderful. The great feedback that I got from y'all when we had, the first couple miles and you all started sweating, and then the combination of drinking ale and then also sweating, and then your friend Luden here getting really, really drunk from that. That was a really, really good idea. But now you no longer have to pedal. It will move on its own.
Fantastic.
It's good to see you making progress. This thing's gonna explode in popularity, I'm sure.
Oh, it is, and I cannot wait to make the roving wheel. It's gonna be an absolute marvel. And Belgain, I'm gonna have him be. He's gonna run the tavern. I just know he will. He's gonna do a great job.
That would be nice.
Can you imagine Belgain leaving the mountain? That seems... Wouldn't that be odd?
Well, yes, I guess it is a little bit odd. He's lived here his whole life, but I'm gonna try my best to convince him.
He's a tremendous tavern keeper. He has all manners of faces coming through here. I'm sure he would love to see the world.
Yeah, I just need to get the funding to build my masterwork. I told you guys about it. It is rather ambitious, as Brielle has said, and a lot of people have told me. But once I bring it into reality, it's going to change everything. It's going to take a lot of funding in order to make it a reality. And I'm going to need to find a very specific power source in order to power something like that. It's a lot, but I am going to get there one day.
Look at the progress you've already made. You're well on your way.
Yeah, no, and you too. Making a whole bunch of things. Can't wait to hear about what you've been working on. Where's Samson?
What time is it right now? It's evening, right?
It's about 8:30 probably at this point.
We've had a long few days, not much time for inventing how busy we've been, and Samson has already went to bed.
Oh, he's gone to bed?
We've been very busy.
And he likes to sleep a lot.
Oh, all right. I'm not going to make you roll deception on that. That seems like a pretty plausible thing for him to believe with his intelligence.
How long has Belgain been running this tavern, Muddy?
Oh, let's see. About 5 years or so? Maybe 4?
That's not very long at all, it seems. Did he just decide to open it after, I don't know, like getting enough popularity with the idea? Or how did he decide to open it?
I mean, he's always dreamt of running his own tavern and such, and of course with his family name he certainly has the money to do so. And with he being the only one, he's basically in charge of his own family funds, so, you know, he could build whatever he wishes, and so he did, and that's why the Fuzzy Navel exists, of course.
I'm sure with the popularity of the tavern, he has made plenty of money from his own name now, yeah?
Oh, I don't know about his finances, but yeah, it's a pretty popular tavern, you'd think so, right?
Very much is, yeah.
Where is he, by the way? Did he run off into the back? We wanted to talk to him too.
He went to go grab some, but we'll say around this time he comes back and he brings the 2 pigeon pies that he had mentioned to Muddy, and then a round of fuzzy navels for everyone.
Thank you, Belgain.
Of course. Let me know if you need anything else.
We would actually like to speak with you.
Yeah, sure. Well, what can I do?
Finn looks over to Luden.
Is everything okay?
Where's looking at Luden?
You wanted to tell him.
Where's
Luden didn't want to tell him. He just wanted to talk to him.
Where's
we
where's
heard...
Samson?
He's indisposed right now.
Resting.
Muddy goes, oh, he's sleeping. And Belgain just kind of like, but doesn't think much of it.
So we were just speaking with Muddy here about his grand plans for you to run his roving wheel.
Belgain just kind of does the thing, he's so set on me running what he calls the roving wheel.
I hope I'm not overstepping when I say you seem remarkably well suited for the occupation. I mean, you run such a beautiful tavern here, and you have so many strange faces coming in and out. There must be a part of you who finds the idea of traveling the world with your fine drinks to be very exciting, yes?
Oh, it does sound exciting. It does. And just, I guess it's, once Muddy brings his vision to light, maybe that's something I might do.
What about your responsibilities here, Belgain?
Oh, with the fuzzy navel? Well...
No, I thought when we talked to Caravis, he was saying that you were in charge of the army.
Oh, yeah, the Vigors in charge of training the generals and leading the armies and all that.
Exactly.
All about it.
I mean, after what's been going on the past couple of days with the Obelix things of that nature. I feel like the world's getting a little bit more dangerous. Just wondering what would happen if you left.
Well, I mean, the other dwarven lords, they take care of roughly the job of watching over the armies and training the generals, and honestly, they're better suited to it than I am.
It's fair. Would circumstances ever push you to a place where you had to be in charge again? I know the world, that's a big if, but...
What do you mean? If
Well-
circumstances pushed me to it, how? I'm not sure I understand.
Like I said, crazy things are going on in the world. Coming to see that this place, Digbrand, isn't as... From what I've seen so far, I don't know, would they be prepared for something to happen? Anything, something... I came from Lacambria, and I never want to see something that happened in Lacambria happen here. We weren't prepared.
Oh,
We were not prepared for
you mean with the
that.
people
Yeah.
dropping in the streets?
Yeah, and he'll take his fuzzy navel and just go straight through. Yeah, we weren't prepared for that. Like I said, I never want to see that happen to anyone else ever again. Any type of situation like that. It might be an army next time, it might be demons, it might be anything like that, but I do want to make sure that if things did come down to it, that the cities that I at least visit have something in place to where they can, I don't know, protect themselves. And
Well-
seeing as I'm talking to the leader of the army, if something like that were to happen here, would you be able to step in?
Well, I'm not the leader of any armies. My name may dictate what I'm supposed to do, but that it doesn't. It's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's fair.
Do you still,
You know, sorry.
is it I mean, is it like I don't know exactly how the lordship works. It is very different where I come from. Is it, if you did lead the army, then you would have access to certain privileges, and you rejected this and you have your tavern? Is that what happened?
Sorry. What are you saying exactly, Esperise?
I'm asking, did he reject his duties and his privileges? That has to be what he did, right?
No.
Okay. She asks that question to
Okay.
him. Of course, that is what you have done.
Listen, it's not that I don't care. I care about the people here. I do. You see it in how I treat the people in my tavern. I care about the people that visit the city just as much. I just want to forge my own path. I don't want to run armies and train soldiers just because my name says I should. Who's to say I'd be the proper fit anyway?
So you
the
did reject the privileges. You said, I don't want your privileges. I am my own man.
Well, I used the money from my family name to build my tavern.
And the money was the only privilege, yeah?
The only privilege that I used.
It's very confusing. Sorry, I don't mean to grill you at all. I'm trying to understand the structure of things.
Can understand with the company we've been keeping the past couple of days. We've heard them, I'm sure you know, say bad things about your name. We of course haven't had that experience. You're the first person that made me smile in a long time, Belgain. I appreciate that.
He smiles as soon as you say that. And just kind of like gives you a little couple pats on the back.
Thank you. I just wanted a little bit more information. From everything that you've said, you still sound like the person we met the first day we came here. So thank you for that.
Yeah, just let me know if you need anything.
Another round, actually. That'd be really good.
He looks kind of like, there's a mixture of like consternation and like a little bit puzzlement. You guys have been asking him a lot about his name and what he's supposed to be doing, and like there's a mixture of like of that, but also like a little bit of tinge of like worry, like Finali. You would notice that actually with your passive insight. There's a tinge of all of that. There's a tinge of worry, like he cares what you all think about him, and he will walk off to get you guys fuzzy navels.
As soon as he walks off, Finn's gonna like lean in and be like, "Guys, what are we doing? Are we gonna tell him?"
And then
Muddy
gonna just
kind of looks
Muddy.
up at you with the pigeon pie half in his mouth, half of it already gone. He's like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean? Tell him.
Finlay does not want to share. We were out earlier and we were hearing all kinds of nasty things about him, and I don't think it's relevant to tell him about it. But
So it's not relevant to tell him? Okay. I mean, if you say so.
He takes a scoop of his pigeon pie and just like, well, I can. A lot of people say things that I really mean about Belgain. He brushes it off.
Sure he does.
Hey, do we have food or do we just have shots?
You haven't ordered anything.
Okay. And Maurice, just in case he didn't have it, is just gonna slide over like a rolled up little napkin with some cutlery inside of it. Just politely, just slide it in case Muddy wants to.
Muddy is using like a ladle to like eat his pie, like a giant ladle.
If he wants the napkin, it's there. I'm not gonna say anything.
How big is the pie?
I mean, it's like you know, like a 9-inch. But he's got 2 of them.
Okay.
Or that's 4. He's got 2 of them. Yeah, he doesn't even notice. Like as Reese, you're just kind of like. And he's just too consumed he's too consumed with consuming his pie.
But I do not speak for the whole group. Perhaps he does want to know what other people say. Do others feel that we should tell him about these things?
Well, if the consensus is he just doesn't care, I guess it's fine. I guess we don't have to.
Right.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Sure.
What do you say you need for new fart?
For the new. You mean wait? Do you mean an upgraded fart or my grand vision, the roving wheel?
Ah, yeah, that one.
Oh, roving wheel. Oh, I would definitely need some funds to buy the materials that I would need in order to build it, the actual structure itself. But then the main component, which I have quite figured out yet, I haven't found it yet, or what it might be. It's very key though. Is the power source that would, you know, make it move. But I'm gonna talk to somebody that I'm actually here. One of the reasons I'm here is to help celebrate a friend who's getting recognized. And as he says that, Uramir, you see Muddy look at you and he taps. He just kind of like doesn't tap it, but just kind of like takes his necklace and just kind of like holds it for a second. And that is the symbol of the artivist that he had mentioned before.
Luna's just gonna go like, do you know Addie? By chance?
He just kind of looks at you like. He doesn't say anything. he goes, Addie who? There's a lot of people named Addie. And
Elf.
Solstice.
Solstice, yeah. Addie Solstice.
he kind of looks at you all and he goes,
Adeline Solstice.
Yes, I do. Do you know who that is?
Yes, we do.
We are close enough to call her Addie instead of Adeline.
Well, how's it that you know who that is?
She's here too.
He just keeps glancing at you, Ermir, and like back at everyone else. No, I know that she's here. I know she's here.
We
met her.
We met her acquaintance after we fought in the Den of Honor, and she was quite enthralled with Hesperice's performance.
Yeah, she offered her a spot on our crew. Or mostly Hesperice and
Finalai was also very, very impressive today.
Yeah, it
He
makes,
was impressive.
That makes sense. She is building a crew. Fairly new vessel. Fairly new. Quite new.
Why do you look so suspicious, Muddy? Why are you talking so slowly?
Buddy, what's the deal, man? We've seen... Never mind.
She has told us all about her tremendous ship, and we very much look forward to seeing it.
So you haven't seen it then?
Shit.
He kind of relaxes a little bit.
What can you tell us about it?
I mean, it is not my business to tell. That is her and my friend Grom's business.
Grom. Cool. We were just...
And if they so choose to show it to you, then maybe I'll have more to say. But that is not just be respectful of that privacy.
Buddy,
and
settle down. It's okay. It's okay. We're just making conversation. Speaking of which, after I get this second round, I think I'm gonna maybe head to. Well, we got rid of the rooms. I feel like we should get one more room, don't you think, guys?
You had this heartfelt goodbye.
He almost says,
Yeah.
well, if we got rid of the rooms, where's Samson? But then he stops himself. He's like,
Oh my god.
yeah, let's get a room.
Awesome.
He's in the Vardo, guys. He's sleeping in the Vardo. He loves sleeping in the Vardo.
I can't say that.
Yeah.
Can't lie. Does that sound good with everyone?
Yes.
One room or two?
I don't think we're going to be staying here too long to have two, are we?
Well, I know how you enjoy your privacy.
Is this gonna be the first time Ludin shares a room
Two
with
rooms.
us?
Yeah. There we go.
That will do.
Belgain comes back with another round of fuzzy navels for everyone.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Of course.
Well, Belgain, seems that we might be staying here just a little bit longer, and all of that ranting before was just paranoid rantings, because things turned out differently. So, mind if we have those keys back, and I can still give you some more money?
Ooh, I do have one room available. I apologize that your old room isn't.
It's taken.
It's taken. It's going to be a lot smaller. And by a lot smaller, I mean the best I can do with how busy we are is one bed.
That's all good news. All good news for you. I will. How much would it be?
Oh, there's 2 silver for one night.
Hand him up. He'll hand him this 2 silver.
He takes it.
All right.
So sorry about that. I mean, I thought I wouldn't be seeing y'all for just quite some time, but
No apologies needed. This is on us, not on you. He's gonna take his second round, drink it up, and he'll go. All right, everybody. It seems like it's getting late. There's only one bed. I'm gonna go ahead and head to the room I'll be up for a little bit though. I'll go ahead and walk
Oh, tired.
to the room.
There is one
Going.
bed, but with the kind of like an inn being familiar with being super booked up and having small rooms, there'll probably be hammocks that like hang on the walls and some hooks on the walls.
No.
It's fine. I don't think we're going to sleep right now
Yeah.
anyway.
But there isn't enough for like. There's probably enough for 2 hammocks, 1 bed, and then the rest will have to sleep on the floor.
Wait, is it like a twin bed?
Yes.
They have a room with just. Wow. Okay.
I mean, here I could show
It's 2
you.
silver. It's fine.
No, it's totally fine. I want to, before Esperise goes up, she wants to do something. I want to purchase just some raw meat at the bar. Just go, she knows it's a strange request, just like a little bit of it, like anything that they have in the back that they haven't picked up yet. Like just, I don't know, bacon or something.
We do have some ham bones left over from a stew that I made.
Fantastic. Yes. Your friend is doing some pet training, so this is very helpful.
Of course.
Thank you. How much for the ham bone?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Thank you so much. Right. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
I'm gonna take it outside to the Vardo.
I knew you were.
Oh man, she's not good with animals. So she's not gonna do a good job at this.
Briaria intends to sleep in the Vardo, so she's gonna follow her out there and watch her do this.
Oh,
Are you
God.
gonna make your presence known, or are you full roguing, just like watch her? Okay.
I'm gonna watch her. She's gonna watch her a bit. See what you do.
Is going to go kind of like the way that you would approach an altar with a sacrifice, just very
Oh, God.
having it in her hands, like kneel at the end of the Vardo. She knows the general area where Volpa is at the other end. She's gonna be way over there. She's gonna kneel down, put the bone, kind of roll it in, and stay very, like, at the other end, kneel down. And she's gonna say in Sylvan, very quietly, she assumes that's probably what Samson spoke to Volpa in. Volpa probably doesn't speak any languages, but maybe it'll be comforting. I am so sorry that you are without your friend right now. We are doing all we can so that you may be together again. And in the meantime, this is just so you don't get hungry. I very much apologize. Good night. Just roll the ham bone a little bit under there. Tuck up. Prestidigitate her hands because it had raw meat on it, which is disgusting. Arrange herself.
Make a persuasion check.
A persuasion check?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
No,
yes,
no,
please.
no, animal handling. I'm sorry.
Okay, much worse. That's a 10.
A 10.
I did incredibly average.
You throw the bone or the
I
ham.
don't throw it. I very gently push it.
Push it in.
through the
Push it
bar.
under. When you do that, she is growling, and like you see her 2 eyes just kind of her tail is kind of like around her face, and she's just kind of looking like she like darts her head very quickly in your direction, and she's just kind of watching you, and you do hear that kind of low growl as it kind of goes under, and she does poke her head up and kind of like sniff for a moment, but then she's watching you and she's just waiting for you to leave. She looks like she's waiting.
And I say I understand, and I will leave and do the prestidigitation and maybe run into Briaria on my way back in.
Yes. She will make herself known then.
Hello. Are you here to talk to Volpa?
Aye, and to sleep. It was
You're
very
not.
nice.
Thank you. You're not going to sleep in the singular bed, then.
Nice. I cannot understand so much, but I can tell her what you said.
Just tell her that I am very sorry.
For what?
Well, as I said, her friend is separate from her. But we are doing what we can to make it right.
If anyone is at fault, it's Samson. But I will tell her we will get him back.
Thank you. That is very nice.
It's not your fault.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Sorry, I appreciate that is what you believe.
Get some sleep, Hesperus.
Thank you. I mean, good night. Good night. Kind of flit away. She's very flustered.
Farah's gonna go and relay to Volpa what she could hear from what Hesperus was trying to tell her.
Can you speak with animals? Is that like a feature that Phoblogs have?
Yes, I have speech of beast and leaf. I can communicate with them, but I can't necessarily understand them.
Okay. Gotcha. When you go back under the vault, the growl kind of picks up again. You see that the ham bone's still sitting there, and Volpa has not moved. Volpa is still curled up in a ball, and like her shoulders just kind of come up, and her head just kind of like goes behind her tail once more as you kind of come in, and you tell Volpa that, and Volpa's ears do perk up, and she just listens, and when you're done, she cries. She whines and cries. And just that sad, like, you know, that sad whine, kind of like the whistling coming from her throat. And her mouth is just kind of open and just kind of, she's panting a lot. Her heart, you feel like you can see her chest, like, beating, breathing very heavily as she's very distressed. But she seems to understand what you have said.
Can I convince her to come into the Vardo with me?
I don't think there's any role that you could roll in order to convince Volpa. I think at this point the state of Volpa it's an impossible roll.
Okay, well I'll get some blankets and Freyara will like lay down on the ground near Volpa.
Are you just gonna stay there outside with her?
Yep, go sleep under the Vardo.
Okay. I'll say that you're allowed to do that if you so choose. There are some passerbys who see like you like taking a blanket and kind of like shoving it under there. They look a little bit confused as to what is going on, and you just crawl under. And Volpa just continues like that, like
Already
whine.
weird, I may as well just get under the Vardo.
She stays curled up on the wheel that's kind of attached underneath, but she just watches you as you kind of go under there and you lay next to her. And Mountain just kind of pokes their head out and just kind of looks up at you and then back at Volpa, and then looks up at you and just takes its hand and just goes like a tear. Like he motions for tear. A signal, or they motion for tear, a signal that they understand Volpa's upset.
Yeah, Perry just kind of nods at him.
And you sleep under the Vardo. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before you take your long rest?
Yeah, Luden's gonna go find Finn.
Okay.
Finn, okay. I was gonna do something real quick with Belgain, but that's fine.
Oh, no, you got it. You got it. It'll be like after Finn walks into the door.
Okay, real quick. So Finn is going to stay behind at the bar, kind of nursing his fuzzy navel a little bit until the rest of the party kind of files out. And he's going to look over at Belgain, because he did notice how self-conscious he was being throughout that whole interaction. And he's just going to say, you know, Belgain, I know what it's like to have a path already laid out for you, one that doesn't really fit you. And I don't think any of us judge you for choosing a different path.
I appreciate that, Finlay. It does. I do get a little bit suspicious when, you know, my friends, new people that come to visit, and they stay a little bit too long in the city. I worry that the people here will change their minds and they'll think different of it. That maybe they could be convinced to think otherwise. I really do care about what you all think.
We think very highly of you. You're a friend to us. I think Muddy has a really cool idea. And, well, I know the best thing I could have done for myself was to give myself a change of pace, to meet different faces and see different things out in the world. And you never know, that might be something that would work well for you too.
Maybe if I had a chance to go out into this big old world and do what I love, Muddy's idea is rather ambitious. It really is, and I do hope he can bring it into light. But you can't blame me. It's something that's never been done before, and
it is very risky.
It is very risky. It is very risky.
But sometimes those opportunities that change, they come at a cost of everything, right? And sometimes it's a good thing that you risked everything, but you can never know until you do it, right?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. I mean, I guess that's how I ended up with me in.
It's true. You could have lingered on reluctance and assumed that nobody would come here because your reputation would precede you, but that's not at all how it happened, right?
That's true. Yeah, that is true. But I don't have to worry about all that. I've got all the security and comfort I have here. There's no need to worry.
Of course not. Well, I'm gonna go meet the others. Have a good night, Belgain.
Good night, Finn. Good night.
He will walk out of the bar towards the room.
Okay, so Luden is just sitting on the bed, staring at the door, waiting for Finn to come in.
Where's everybody else? Oh, wait, you got 2 rooms. That's right.
1 room.
1 room. Oh, yeah, we only had 1 room. Okay.
Yeah.
Is anybody else in here, too, or is it just Luden?
Is anybody else in here?
I think Prayari and I are still
outside.
Okay.
Okay.
So what about Ermir? Where you at, brah?
Yeah, I left. I'm in the room.
Cool. Okay. So I mean, it's
Okay.
not like a private thing. It's just
Just fixing Umber's broken wing here. Just casting mending.
So he'll close the door behind him and just be like, "What are we doing?"
Before we get to that, can I get that sending stone?
Sending stone?
Yeah, Samson said that you had the sending stone to talk to Kaya.
Oh, I think I do have that. He'll go over and look in his bag and he'll shuffle around. Oh, yeah, it's right here. You need it?
Yeah. Gotta talk to Kaya.
I mean, are you asking to keep it?
Finn, what is this?
I mean, you can have it. It's just
Thank you.
wait, but not yet. There's going to be a price for it.
There's a price to talk to Kaya.
Well, yeah. I mean, normally I'll give my friends whatever they want, but
Finn, let's not play around right now. I really need to speak to her.
I'm not playing around. I'm serious. You are going to give me something and I'll give you the sending stone, right? I want to train with you in the mornings, please, Luden.
Sure. Give me the sending stone.
A sure meaning like yes?
Yes. Give me the sending stone.
Okay. He'll take it out and he'll
Have him
toss
say
it
it in a sentence. Have him say it in a sentence.
Caught it and walked
He
out
says
the door.
yes.
And as he's walking out the door, he'll be like, only sometimes though. And he'll close it.
Friends now, morning friends.
Yay!
I've succeeded. I'm one step closer.
See, Ermir, that's how you get Luden be your friend.
You manipulate him.
You obtain something he wants.
I'll be sure to take notes next time. Very, very cunning of you, Finala.
Right? He's gonna look in at his apple.
Your apple is still super shiny.
I'm getting so much better at this.
So Luden will walk out, like, rolling his eyes the entire way. Like, the longest eye roll ever. Down this, back outside, just like, maybe, is there like an alley next to the...
I mean, you could go back to, like, there's a little, like, barn alcove area behind the fuzzy navel.
That's where he'll go.
You pass Esperise and she like skitters around you and flips back around.
This time, you see like Praeria like crawling underneath the Vardo.
Fine, it's warm under here.
He just makes a mental note. We'll talk about that later. But he really needs to go ahead and talk to Kaya. It's been a long time, and he needs to speak to her.
Okay.
So he'll whisper into the sending stone. It's 25 words, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he'll just say, things are bad. Should have called earlier, but these people in Lacambria, you know. Samson's been captured. We need to talk soon about what Sparrowhawks do.
All right.
Leave a name with your message.
Does she have any idea who sent that message to her?
I assume
You still have
she
two
knows
words
my
left.
voice.
I think.
It's
Luden.
Luden.
It's Luden. By the way.
Let me look at my hands while I do this. That's awful. It's rough here. Lacambria is stressed. The collapse has leaders from all over coming to vie for control over her. I think that's exactly 25.
Just keep that in mind. Put it in his pocket this time. Make sure that he has that. And he'll go over to the Vardo where Praeria is sleeping or laying down. He'll be like, I have no idea what you were doing, but I feel like we're probably going to talk about plans. Do you want to be there, or
Or be square.
Sky just like sticks her head out from under the Vardo. She's gonna look back at Volpa. How's she doing?
Volpa is she's curled up. She's not moving. She's just staying. She doesn't want to go anywhere. She wants to stay right there.
Okay, so she'll reach into her pocket. She'll like pull out Mountain, and she'll tell him to stay with her, and then she'll be right back.
Thank you so much, Mr. JJ Land, with the raid of 5.
Yay.
All
We
right.
can be quick. And Luden, for the first time, will take a quick look of like what's actually under there, and I guess he'll see Volpa.
Soon as Volpa sees your face,
oh no!
Like the hair on the back of her neck just, and like her tail fluffs out like a feather duster, and like you like her like snout just immediately goes into a snarl and just like the growl.
So like on the inside, Luden's heart like does a little twinge because he sees like the state she's in, but on the outside is like stone. He'll just get back up and start walking into the back into the fuzzy name.
I just whispers to Volp. It's like, it's okay. I punch for you.
At least she didn't say stab.
So much better.
Could do that.
Volpa just
We're
kind
trying
of
to be
like
better about stabbing.
retracts once more and gets less fuzzy.
Okay. Prayer follows him inside. And does punch him on the way in.
Just like a shoulder punch.
A very harsh shoulder punch.
Somebody
Don't be mean.
Just keep walking.
All right, you guys go back into the tavern.
Yeah, go
Poor
back up to
Luden
the
gets
room.
blamed for everything.
Everything, yeah.
He just looked at her.
Whatever.
Is
just got a
this
really
whole messing
rude-
with you, Queen? Is it
Yeah.
bothering you?
It's just got an aura of rudeness that just sets everybody off. It's like, is he? I think he wants to fight me.
He just has a really bad RBF. Nobody gets that yet.
Clearly.
Yeah.
All right.
So he'll walk in the room, and he'll be like, "Okay, so I assume we're doing this."
Oh, are we? Because I thought a moment ago we were going to tell Belgain about our plans, and then all of a sudden we're not. We're just going to ask him like weird questions about his privileges.
All I said I wanted to do was talk to Belgain. I never said anything about telling plans.
Well, yes, I think we are doing this, right, everybody?
All right. Ermir, you good?
Yeah. I think, considering the circumstances, Belgain will be fine. I still don't like this, but we have to get Samson back, don't we?
Yeah. And I don't think this is going to be the end of things here in Digbrand.
Just really quick, you sure you don't want to just kill Caravis? That's completely off the table.
For now. In the immediate future. Yeah. Anyway.
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Maybe.
I'm good.
I think maybe if Nobles give Muddy what he needs, then Belgain leaves with Muddy. Everyone win.
If we convene some kind of like a sponsor.
That was a whole other thing that I was thinking about. Belgain has the money now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
You
sure
can make
because of naval.
a quick withdrawal before he loses his privileges.
Need
Fund
power.
money.
Need power.
Yes. But I don't know how to get that money out, but it's just something that I thought of.
No power to make.
Oh,
To
the
make
power
moves.
source.
Oh, power source. Okay, I see what you're saying. I don't know about that. Like that's not
I
my
mean, if he's
forte.
here to talk to Addie, then she certainly has access to all kinds of I don't know what like a battery pack. I don't know what you would call it. But whatever she uses has to be very powerful. Yeah, and
Hmm.
Muddy said
He
he was
said he
with
was here to talk to another inventor. I'm sure
Yeah.
the two of them could figure it out. Whoever built that airship is got to be some kind of crazy genius.
Probably. But for the immediate plan, you guys still haven't told us who these people are.
The nobles.
Yes.
Shoot, I can't even remember.
Well, there's Alehammer.
Danny's got this. Danny's got this.
Like, what are their names again? Hammer. I'm over here like buffering.
I know. I'm like on the edge, like.
It never forgets.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Finn.
In this conversation, there's a 2-minute silence as we all sit on the bed and stare at Uramir. He's like,
Well, the first one he mentioned was Alehammer. He is in charge of the ale supply in town, and he tends to rent out the earthen basin all for himself. So I guess on Sovereign's Day, but I don't know what Sovereign's Day is. Has anyone heard of that yet?
I think
Is
it's
that
a day
like
of
the
week.
Monday? Yeah, I was about to say, is that like a Monday or Tuesday that we would all know, or is that a specific
These
day?
are these are
Finn
the
does not know the days
I
of
thought
the
so.
week.
These are the
I like
days
that's
of the
a
week.
true canonical detail that Finn does not know.
3 hours on Monday.
Yeah, right now it's the day of rest. When is Sovereign's Day in the week? Actually, this is probably on our thing.
So I
Probably the
yes,
next day.
it is in Discord, but it would be tomorrow.
Great!
So tomorrow he seems to rent out the earthen basin for 3 hours. So somehow we have to be able to get in there to talk to him. And then there's Burn Silver, who's in charge of trade. And he really likes brandy and cigars, I guess. And he has a lot of kids, was also mentioned. And he tends to go to a shop in the city that specializes in dwarven brandy. So we need to be able to catch him there as well. And he also, at that shop, there's like a private balcony that he likes to hang out on. And then there's Steelbone, who's in charge of antiquities and artifacts. And his closest advisor is the Hall of Brilliance curator. Hall of Brilliance. That was that museum, but not museum we saw, right?
Yes.
So we have a lot of places to stop by tomorrow.
We only have to convince one?
We do, but I think we should try our odds at all of them, because if we fail at one, we fail at all of them. But if we try at all of them, then we might get one at least, or even maybe more.
Sure, friend. We'll try all of them.
I have a pinch. I don't know if it is my space to say, but my family is in a business. It involves a lot of trade and organizing things with other people of means, so that the two companies may benefit one another and all that sort of thing. We may consider it an option to approach the ale keeper or the man who has an interest in, the dwarf who has an interest in brandy, with the opportunity to sponsor a business. What might be a very lucrative opportunity for him to get his foot in the door with a fledgling company that is already making great strides. I don't think we can introduce it as the fart, but if we wanted to discuss with Muddy something like this.
sounds like a really good plan, actually. Then we might be able to do several things at once and help as well as not help people. The one thing we do have to keep in mind, though, is that we cannot mention Caravis. He didn't want his name attached to any of this. We have to make sure that all ties to him are not associated. So if somebody asks why we're trying to do it, why we're trying to do this, we have to come up with a reason.
For the business one, it is simply because we are friends with the initial proprietor of the business, Muddy, and we want to see him succeed. Maybe we say we have a cut of profit or something. But I don't know what we would say to the museum one.
But for the business, we're trying to convince him to vote against Belgain. So how would we do that then?
Well, if we sell it, that Belgain is an essential part of this franchise getting off the ground, because he has name recognition, and he's bringing prior patronage with him at the beginning of this business, so we know that we have a customer base, even getting out the door, then that could be seen as a positive thing. But he wouldn't be able to pursue this business if he was still on the council, and that is a sticking point. We do not have to do this. I'm trying to think of it the way that my siblings would think of it, but...
I feel like this is a very much quid pro quo. For whoever's pro quo, we can do the easiest.
Yeah. Pro quo. Yeah, that's a really smart idea, Asperis. I like that.
Okay. So I guess we're going to go talk to these people tomorrow. Can't really plan much more of what we're going to do.
Well, for the third one, I don't know if he would be interested in the business. I don't know anything about him.
Well, we might have to go at it. Well, the third one is about the Hall of Brilliance, right? So, Belgain hasn't really done anything to get into the Hall of Brilliance. So we might be able to go at it from that angle.
Maybe this guy wants to be in the Hall of Brilliance, and Belgain's in the way.
Maybe, yeah, he knows of a candidate who could take Belgain's place.
Like I said, I feel like we're going to need to talk to all of them. Right now, everything's going to be ifs and buts. We can formulate a plan after we have all the information, but the quicker we get up in the morning, the more rest we can get tonight.
Yes.
The way to do it. Yeah.
Alrighty.
What is the bed arrangement? Who gets the bed?
What's on everyone's mind? Who gets the bed?
Well, Snog gets the whole bottom of the bed because Finn put him there.
Asperis is on the floor. She's unrolling her sleeping bag. I think for the first time ever. Very clearly a brand new sleeping bag being used for the first time.
I want to try a hammock. I don't think I've gotten to sleep in a hammock yet, so I'll try that.
All right.
No one's taking the bed?
Snonk is in the bed.
Snonk is at the bottom of the bed.
Wait, Finn's not in the bed?
No, Finn jumps into a hammock and starts swinging.
Luna jumps in that bed all day. And he'll look at Aramir as he sits down and goes like, "What's up?"
Thank you, Jedi Master 4559
and
for the raid.
Aramir will climb into bed with
Thank you, Nathan. He's my neighbor. My next door neighbor from childhood.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, neighbor.
Yeah, Aramir
Share the bed, Uri.
With Samson, or Samson with Luden.
Oh, you're gonna crawl the bed?
Yeah.
He's thinking about Samson, but Samson's not there, right?
Samson's not there. Always thinking about Samson.
Luda's just gonna get out of the bed, brush himself off, and get into one of the hammocks.
Wow.
I didn't even think about the fact that Ermir doesn't get to go on his dates anymore. We gotta talk to Ermir. He must be feeling this harder than anybody.
Right.
I am absolutely crushed, and none of you vex how I'm doing.
It's pretty
all
all
going
over your
through it,
face
man.
how you're feeling, to be fair.
I feel like it's just gonna fall into silence, and then you're gonna hear, "Hey, Ermir, how do you
okay?
Ermin just like leaves in the middle of the night, like nobody follow me. I'm fine.
Fine, leave me alone.
I'm just gonna go collect sticks."
So you all prepare for and you have your long rest.
Yeah.
All take your long rest. With that, I think we're gonna go to break just a little bit early, and when we get back, we're going to meet these new dwarven lords, which I'm super
So
pumped about.
excited.
I'm super pumped about this. I can't wait. I put a lot into some of the stuff here. So we're gonna go to break real quick. Remember, when we come back from break, we're gonna pick the winner of our limited edition founder enamel pin. I have it here. I'm gonna show it on screen. We are giving one of these away. We've only made 100, and there are only 5 left. There it is. You can see it on screen. Daniel and I have signed it, and there are only 5 left. And once they're gone, they are gone. So that is command loot, which is !loot, and we will draw the winner when we get back from our break. So we'll see you guys in just a few minutes. A 12 does break it.
Really?
Train, we have to wait until your next turn.
Okay. I know. I just don't
I would never hurt people on purpose, Bhagwan.
All right, then we can trust her, boyos. She's not gonna hurt anybody.
Oh, wait, does anyone have a lockpick?
No! No, we don't need one! right, let's go ahead and pick this winner. The winner of our Founder Enamel Pin. Close these entries.
Drum roll.
Is Banukai.
Hey.
You are the winner.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
You are the winner. You have won. Banukai.
I remember them at the very beginning of the giveaway today. I think they said, "I love stuff." I think they
Give
said
me the
something
free
like
things.
that.
Like, give me the free things. You
They
are
say
a winner.
yes.
Congratulations.
Enjoy your stuff.
Everybody go tell your friends to come watch right now. We're at 29 views. Let's get it up to 31.
Right? We are.
Come on.
Make it 30. Woo! All right. At the end of the stream, we will get your information and have that sent to you, so that you may don it upon your shirt for all to see and gaze upon the Founder Enamel Pin. Yes, so beautiful. All right. Jumping back in, you guys all awake, bright and bushy-tailed, as they say, and make your way down to your table that you've been sitting at recently. And Belgain comes out and he serves you breakfast, and the moment is yours.
Okay. Ludo will just go like, "Are you guys ready? Like, we need to go now."
Yeah, we can eat on the way. Pick some toast.
You're going to first?
I think the closest thing to here is the Hall of Brilliance.
Okay.
It's a Hall of Brilliance.
To the Hall of Brilliance.
All right. Easy peasy. All right, so
Can I get another bone and roll it under before we leave, just so Volpa doesn't go hungry?
yeah, sure. You can. You grab another bone, you kind of like nudge it underneath. You see that the other bone that you left before is still there, and there are ants crawling all over it. And she has not moved. She is like, and she's not even like she's even turned a little bit. She is still curled up on that wheel in the exact same spot that she was before.
I will.
And there's some tufts of, couple more tufts of fur underneath her, though.
I will pick up the bone that is covered in ants, and I will throw it away.
What do you guys think? Should I leave Snonk in the Vardo? Because the nobles might not look kindly on a pig with us.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and do this both, I guess. I'll cast Speak with Animals. Just real quick. Talk to these two. And Ludon will look over at Snonk. He'll be like, "Hey, buddy.
Berryman! Snonk just hears you speaking in his native, the words of his people, and he goes, "Berryman, wake up time, Berryman."
Yeah, it is wake up time. Snonk, I don't think that Food Hand wants me to give you as many berries anymore. So I have to...
Food Hand say, give Snonk berries.
Really? Well...
Snonk,
Snonk
tell
hears.
him to be good. Tell him we'll be back soon, and just to be good. And not to poop anywhere in the Vardo.
Snonk looks over, seeing that Finn is communicating with you, and Snonk goes, "See?"
Yeah, Snonk, see, Food Hand just said don't poop in the Vardo. That's all.
Snonk poop outside. Ludin show Snonk where to poop.
Oh, just hold it in for a sec, but just hold it in until we get back. Anyway, so
he looks confused.
Luda's gonna look over at Finn. He's probably gonna poop in the Vardo.
Should we let him go? Here, let's put him down and let him go. Go, Snog. Go to the bathroom, and then we'll put you in the Vardo. Go on.
Snonk goes over to like some of the hay behind where all the other horses and stuff have been kind of like tied to their trough and their hitching posts. He goes over there, he finds some hay. He just kind of like turns around looking at you all and just like when rabbits poop and it's just like pebbles.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Good. Okay, cool. So, all right, come back over. Good job, Snonk. Pats him on the head.
Snonk pooped.
Yep.
Treat. Berry man.
Snonk, I can't give it to you right now. I don't know if I'm gonna need it.
Snonk pooped.
Like I said, it's all. He's gonna cast
Snonk pooped.
And then he's gonna give them all to Finn. And then he's gonna walk over.
He's gonna look at Finn expectantly.
I can't give these all to him now.
It's like, that's up to you.
All right, so I'll open the Vardo door and like lead him in, like lure him in.
He's gonna follow you to the ends of the earth with your berries.
He'll put like 3 berries down on the ground and he'll put the rest on like a higher shelf.
Oh my god, and it works.
For later.
He eats the berry like and like he eats up the berries that you put in front of him, and then he watches you. He just watches your hands and you move them like up on a little shelf, and he just kind of looks at you.
All right, Snog, so be good, and if you are good by the time we get back, I'll give you the rest of these, okay? All right, bye.
Snog just like sits his butt down and like he just looks up at the berries and like the wheels are turning.
He's gonna get them down.
I'm feeling that it's gonna be a mess by the time we get back. So walk out and shut the door. All right.
And while that's going on, Ludin is going to. He's not even gonna look at Wolpa, but he's gonna go just stand beside the Vardo. And just gonna go like, look, I know you don't like me, and that's fair. Not a lot of people do, especially in this party. But there's one thing that happened to me recently, and I cannot lie. So, take this with a grain of salt if you want, but I'm getting Samson back. And I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get him back. You have my word. Next time you see me, I will be somehow closer to that goal. I'm not leaving here until I get Samson back. I promise you. He's not going to look at Wolpa. He knows he said it loud enough, but he's going to go ahead and walk back a little group.
She doesn't say anything, but she watches your every word. Like she watches you as you speak, and she hangs on every word. And you do see her like ears kind of perk up and like move, and she just kind of lifts her head a little bit and just kind of watches you as you speak. But she stays quiet. She doesn't growl at you, though. She doesn't growl at you.
Progress, but still gotta hold up to that bargain, so. Ludin's pumped and ready to go.
Let's do it.
All right. So, you guys said that you're going to the Halls of Brilliance, is that correct?
Yes.
That's where we're heading first. All right. Alrighty. I'm excited.
The guy where I believe our only plan is smack talk, but we're figuring it out as we go, right?
I'm just really excited to see the inside of this Hall of Brilliance. We haven't really gotten to see it yet.
Eyes on the prize, Finn. Eyes on the prize. We gotta get Samson back.
No, Ludin, if Finn says this kind of thing when we are at the museum, then that is something that could help us.
Yeah, I'm helping.
You all make your way to the Halls of Brilliance.
I'm helping. Okay.
The crown jewel of Digbrand's heroes and their accomplishments. the home of artifacts and wonders. The building rises up out of the earth from within the mountain, as if a mighty war hammer wielded by an earth titan had forced its way through the very heart of Digbrand. The entrance is formed by a series of very tall doors, flush against the wall, all between an equally tall stone columns. These doors themselves are like 25, maybe 30 feet tall, and are made out of a very heavy black metal. Very intricate and tall, similar to the doors of the Basilica of St. Peter, but more Celtic style. Once more, you all feel very, very small. The doors impose a sense of inferiority that has become a common theme in Digbrand's architecture. And the doors are kept open at the moment, and you can see visitors passing both in and out. There's a checkpoint where stewards are checking weapons from those that have come to visit the halls.
Oh, guess I gotta put these away. Take off his longbow and pull out his short sword and walk over to go check his items.
You'll walk up to one of the workers there. Come to check your weapons.
So I have.
That'll do. And he will reach out, and there are another couple dwarves there helping. There are a lot of people who pass through here.
So, who's in charge here? Can we get a tour, or how does this work?
Oh, you'll want to talk to the curator, Clay Nichols. He's just right up in there.
Nichols.
Once you pass through the doors there.
Glory to the strong.
Glory to the strong. Enjoy yourselves. Don't get sticky fingers. You don't want to be locked away in the vaults. Trust me, we've ensured that it is impossible to do so. Well, steal things, that is. So don't test it.
I hear the vaults are scary enough on their own.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you. And Luden's gonna, just nod to the rest of the group. Come on.
I'll go turn in my sling.
Your vicious sling.
Quite vicious.
Raya turns in her swords and short bow. She keeps her staff, though.
Okay.
So we can get, a guided tour, he said?
We have to talk to the curator.
Esprit has no weapons. She just sort of pats herself down and joins everybody.
Do you take Umber with you, Ermir?
If I can.
iRobot, he needs it.
Yeah, Luda's gonna be looking at guards as Ermir passes by to see if they're or
because Ermir doesn't even consider Umber
I know, yeah,
a
but
weapon,
everybody
so
else
he's just my pet,
he's made out of
We're chilling.
silverware. He looks terrifying.
Yeah,
he looks adorable.
What do the guards think he looks like?
The guards do kind of look at you, and he goes, I think whatever that is, it's gonna have to stay here.
No problem.
They move to go pick Umber up, and Umber just kind of his head just kind of pivots, looking from you to the dwarf.
No pets allowed?
I mean, we. Is that what it is? Is that what that is?
Yes. I figured a place like the Hall of Brilliance would be accepting of such a construct.
Companions. What can you do?
Does the hopeful smile give him advantage?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Let me see.
Do we have music in here, by the way?
Mm-hmm. It's more like books and pages moving.
13.
It's very subtle. A 13?
Yeah.
He just kind of looks at it, and he just kind of looks back up at you and just kind of like smiles. Finn, it looks like he knows something that everyone else doesn't, and he goes, "Yeah, sure. And
Thanks, friend. Glory to the strong. Come on, Umber.
Ermir, are you sure? Maybe Ermir could hang out with our stuff and watch over it.
He said it was fine.
Okay.
You pass. Okay. You pass through the doors, and as soon as you do, the magic that powers Umber immediately extinguishes, and he falls backwards and just hits the floor with a loud clang, 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 clang.
I told you.
Luden will just walk over, pick up Umber, and walk him to the check-in office.
As soon as you walk back out, the like Umber just kind of like.
I don't think they want you in there, man. I'm sorry.
I'll go over to. I'll go take Umber from Luden. Just pat him on his feet. Just go watch the things. I'll be back.
All I wanted to do was take the guided tour and you killed
Everyone else.
I know, right?
Everyone else, make a perception check for me.
Can I do some kind of Arcana check to see if this is like an anti-magic field, or if it's just like any magical effects that are already will be canceled or something? Am I gonna be able to use the restroom and then prestidigitate my hands clean? Is my question, or is it totally?
You can make an Arcana check if you'd like. I feel like you'd have to. I don't think there's any way you could fail this roll.
I got an 18.
Yes, it's basically essentially an anti-magic field, so you're not going to be able to prestidigitate your hands in the bathroom.
Oh my god. Okay, so Esperise is just a toddler walking around in here. Let's not do anything in here. Can't do anything.
Great.
Finali, you feel cut off from Levi in here. Esperise, you do feel kind of compressed. Almost as if almost like a soda can. Like you feel your magic just kind of compressed, and as it's kind of like in your blood, since you're a sorcerer, you feel very compressed. And then Luden, I say that's probably high enough there too. Yeah, you feel cut off from. You don't know what your friend is.
Yeah, I know. I just feel.
But you feel cut. You feel.
Does his shadow reappear here in the museum?
No, it does not. It does not. Prayaria, I wouldn't say that. I would say that you probably feel it too. You feel cut off from Samir. You see that the flowers on your staff. The flowers from your staff are wilting.
Wait, is Mountain here?
I think I would have left him with Volpa.
Good plan. Great
to
plan.
make sure.
Great plan.
I'm gonna put my child in danger to go to him.
Does everyone else feel really weird?
Yeah, but I can't put my finger on it.
I think it is just a protective measure of the museum.
But yeah,
it's really suffocating.
Let's just go.
Yeah, let's just find the curator.
The curator is there.
Wait.
Or you guys could look around for a little bit if you'd like.
Does Ermir's bag is it just a bag, or do things start popping out of it?
They would have taken anything magical would just a barrier.
No backpacks in the museum area.
You need the clear, when you're going to a football game, you need one of those
clear bags. Got it.
Clear bags? No.
So what's the hall we're standing in look like? Is there
So as you enter as you enter past the doorway and you'll go through the checkpoint, you immediately enter into this very tall, domed, circular room, and you see two extremely large preserved beholders hanging from the ceiling. And there's a plaque on the wall that reads, the twins, Akish and Vithur.
Guys, we saw them!
Looted, like, so he tries to, he reaches for his bow that's not there anymore, and he strikes a pose like he's about to fight something, just instinctively.
Do you remember the twins, Luden?
The guy or the axes?
What?
Remember we saw... That's true. They were called both of them. Do you remember...
In the Den of Honor, I believe it was.
Yeah. Remember when we went to go fight the Obelix, and then we saw the vaults and the twins were in the vaults? They were down there.
There was a guy named the Twins who had axes named the Twins because he killed two beholders that were also twins.
Yeah.
That wasn't his name.
Okay, yeah. I remember seeing a guy down there, but is this the same people that he killed, or?
It's gotta be. Are these actual size? I've never seen one of those.
He said there was a plaque, right?
There is a plaque. It is, they are preserved. They are like taxidermied beholders, and they're just hanging from the ceiling with the eyes coming out.
Yeah, that's not terrifying at all.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Esprit is fully reading the plaque, but will leave if ever.
She's the one that reads all the signage.
Yeah, I
She's
go moves really slowly through museums because she reads every sign.
I'm the same way.
My breath.
Somebody appreciates it.
Esprit, hurry up! Come on, we gotta go. We gotta go.
What are you reading?
Do you guys?
The method of preservation is very interesting in this way.
Yes, it would definitely talk about how they preserved the bodies of these creatures. I love that so much. Oh, it's this is fascinating. Yes. Do you guys go straight to the curator, or do you just kind of like look around for a little bit first?
Straight to the curator.
Well,
okay.
No.
Straight there. Nope, there's no looking around. If somebody else looks around, he'll be like, guys, come on.
Shouldn't we?
No, come on.
Okay, all right. Let's get the guided tour.
Bless you.
God bless you.
The pollen is still in the air, so it's okay. We know.
Oh, wait, did I not mute it?
No,
You did.
I pressed
to imagine my curator also sneezes, so we can.
I'm sorry. I pressed the mute button like 3 times and it just wouldn't mute. I thought it did.
No, you muted. You muted.
You did mute. We just still
just
watched
saw
you.
you.
Okay. So you walk up. Clay Nichols, as one of the dwarves at the door had mentioned, is kind of standing there. He has like a clipboard, and is just kind of like reviewing. Every now and then, when someone gets too close to an exhibit, he'll be like, "Back up, sir. Sir, please back up. I don't want you to get vaporized. We try to keep our artifacts and antiquities, very secure, as you can understand. Yes, if you go past that line, you're going to get vaporized. It's going to be worse than what these beholders would do, I promise you that."
So Luna's gonna look back at Finn and just be like,
Don't
touch anything.
I'm not the one that touches.
Anything.
Priaria touches
Anything.
stuff.
Girl's got her hand like up, just like looking Luden in the eye.
Luna doesn't look. Just looks at Finn. Don't touch anything. And then
Got my hands right here. I'll fold them in front of me.
Finneline, you notice that there is a room of ancient books. There's a sign that says ancient tomes.
Why do you do this to me? Note it for later.
What does this guy look like? Like, who is he? Like, super? Like, what vibe?
He's very well kept. He seems serious about his job. He is very clean, hair tied back, clean beard. He seems to be kind of like overseeing, making sure that when someone comes in with a message, he takes the message. If someone gets too close to exhibit, like he's kind of overseeing everything. And he also serves as an individual that gives directions to people who come as well. Like there are some people who walk up to him and ask him questions, and he points them in the right direction. He's like, yeah.
So Luda's getting the vibe that this is probably an Esperise thing, in terms of put together and all that stuff like that. So he's just gonna walk over to Esperise and be like,
Who's 35 feet away reading a plaque.
he notices for the first time again, he's like, golly. And he walks, like, hobbles, I guess, over to Esperise, and taps her and goes like, so that's the curator. I think you should take point on this one. Just based on what I'm looking at and seeing. You have the most grandeur out of all of us in the sense of understanding the way that the higher people talk. He seems like one of those.
Thank you, I think. But what are we asking for the guided tour? What am I trying to introduce to him?
I think we could probably start with the guided tour, so then we can have a while with him. And then we can get more information about what he wants. His pro quo.
Yes, excellent. Do you want to come with me?
Oh yes. Okay. I will be in the back, and I will jump in if need be, but I doubt that I'm going to be the one that needs to jump in.
And you see a kind of change come over Esperise. She seemed really nervous for like the last day and a half, but she seems incredibly comfortable now. She straightens herself and she walks over to the curator.
Right.
Hello. Do you need any help? Any directions or?
Yes, indeed. You are Clay Nichols. Is this correct? The curator?
I am indeed. Yes.
Yes. Esperise Antia.
Pleasure to meet you.
My companions and I, we were told when we were coming in that there was a possibility of some sort of tour, maybe a guided tour. We were set to seek you as you knew the most of anyone of the goings-on in your magnificent museum here.
Luden's just behind, just nodding.
Make a persuasion check.
Everything with advantage, always. As long as I don't roll. Okay, I got a very dirty 20.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I do pride myself on being one of the greatest, if not the grandest, tour guides. Yes, I would be delighted. Henry, if you will take over for me at the front here, please come this way. Yes, let me show you some of my favorite and some of the highlights of this beautiful and amazing Hall of Brilliance.
This is so exciting. Honestly, we were holding ourselves back when we came in because we want to see it on the tour with you. So, fresh eyes for everything.
Child, you are too kind. You're too kind. You guys begin moving, and he takes you into one room, and there's lots of different kind of glass objects everywhere, and he points out one particular display. You see two very old, worn, glass-blown figurines. They're cardinals. They look like cardinals, and they're magically enchanted. And said, as he kind of points it out, that they were created by the great Cassius himself. It's quite a fascinating thing that we have something from the great Cassius right here. One of the pride and privileges of housing this beautiful piece. Every so often they do glow, which is absolutely beautiful.
Any specific time that they glow, or it's just a random occurrence?
Oh, it's randomly, which is very intriguing.
When was the last time that it glowed?
Oh, years ago.
Where did you get it?
Oh, this was a donation.
Well,
is there a plaque saying who donated it?
There is actually.
Oh, I would like to read the plaque.
It It is donated by a Zemelin Brayfire.
Zemelin Brayfire. Okay, haven't come across that name before.
Can you spell that?
ZEMELYN.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really writing it down?
I'm actually
okay, you didn't look like.
Said you will make this a character.
And then BRE, and then fire.
Episode 86.
Excellent.
Zemelin Brayfire. You remember all the way back in Digbrand that one time?
Is Cassius a big fan of glass blowing?
Oh, it's said that he was the greatest artisan of glass blowing. He's made some beautiful pieces, so we've been told. These are the only ones that we were able to find, or were given, exactly. Now, how Zemelin was to obtain these beautiful pieces that is another story entirely. One I would pay to hear. It would have been amazing to know how they came across that.
Amazing.
He continues to move, and he shows you a weapon of sorts. The plaque reads "Feathers of Spurning," and you see this beautiful metal fan. It looks like the tail of a peacock, and each feather is a knife. And it is said that these were owned by a champion of trompery, one of the seven one of the pantheon. It's not seven. Is it seven?
I think it's 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Yeah.
Yes, one of the pantheon.
I know because I checked. It's not 7 schools of magic, because that is definitely something I googled feverishly at 2 a.m. once.
So Ludin's gonna look up at that and go like, wow. Makes you wonder how you can even come to be in the Hall of Brilliance. You have to do something pretty big, huh?
Oh, we don't. I mean, we take artifacts from people, and some artifacts are from events that have happened through history. Yes, it definitely takes something quite grand to be placed here.
Has a Digbrandian ever been placed here?
Oh, the weapons from a Digbrandian, of course, have been placed here, but plenty.
Really? Glory to the strong.
Of course. What a question that would be. Of course, there are plenty, if not more than most.
We are relatively new to the city, if you can't tell, and we've been hearing so much. We've gone down and seen some of the very beautiful homes of the lordly houses. I'm assuming that there must be artifacts of the founders and the great warriors and people of their houses here too, yes?
Oh, of course.
Excellent. I'm very
we're
excited to see this.
We're staying over at the Fuzzy Navel, and he really watches his reaction as he says that. He's saying, we're staying over at the Fuzzy Navel. We were just in town for a little bit, but excited to be here.
He doesn't look surprised at all, and he goes, "Oh, yes, most guests tend to stay at the Fuzzy Navel. That tends to be where most the travelers tend to stay."
Have you ever been?
I tend to avoid it. I prefer to frequent more establishments that are well approved of.
Definitely in our time here, we want to experience more of, traditional Digbrand culture. You know the maxim that when you travel, you should try to get things that you are, from the city. From what I can tell, the Fuzzy Navel is very outside of the culture. Is that correct or incorrect? Like, don't get McDonald's if you go to Italy.
Most assuredly. Most do look down upon the Fuzzy Navel, and of course Belgain bigger. There is a great discomfort. Master Burnsilver, they have their own opinion, of course, over Belgain.
Have you ever met Mr. Belgain? He's really nice to us.
I have seen him. I have never met him, however, though.
Oh, what's that over there? And he'll go ahead and point to some random thing.
You see a scratched up, glowing vial. The glass carved like crystal, the stopper capped in a tarnished silver, and a chain kind of hanging down from it and connected to the bottom of the vial. And it kind of coalesces with blue energy to orange to green to red, cycling through those same colors over and over again and pulsing lightly. And the plaque reads, Vial of Biomes. And, that's a vial of biomes. You see, you take this, and, you could completely change the atmosphere and the whole entire biome of a location. You could turn a swamp into a plain. Or, a jungle if you so wished.
Wow, that's
Interesting.
amazing.
It's very interesting.
And this, and he kind of brings you into the last room over here. He goes, you see a diamond on a velvet pedestal, and a light kind of shines down upon it, and it is heavily guarded in this room. It is the largest diamond that you have ever seen. It is the size of a small human skull, and the plaque reads, The Immortal, 42,000 carats, 17 pounds. And it says, donated by Caravis Goldlight.
Very interesting. Did he find this here, or did he buy it off somebody? Like, did he find it?
He found it in he found it in the mines of the mountain. Oh, so we've been told.
It's a beautiful piece.
It is the crown jewel of our collection. You know why it's called the Immortal, right?
No.
Oh, enlighten me.
Well, as you know, spells that bring people back from the dead use diamonds, and a diamond like this, you could live. It's comically said you could become immortal.
Wow.
Well, then,
Go ahead, Finn.
I was just going to say he must be so invested in Digbrand if he donated it here instead of keeping it for himself. I mean, that would be easy to do, right? To keep it for yourself. It would be very tempting.
It would. We of course, it is on loan from the museum.
Ah, okay. But still, it seems really charitable of him to just put it up, you know?
Luden's gonna just slowly elbow Finn just on the side, like, but
Ow!
I'm sure Caravis wouldn't want. He just loves the city, and it's on loan. I feel like that's all the information you need to know about this, right?
I find the lords so very fascinating. I mean, what Caravis has done here, it seems to me to be a great example of what a lord of the city does. That they work for the honor and the glory of their people. I mean, by finding something like this and letting the people see it and it be held in the public, that is, I don't know, that sounds like a true lord to me.
Oh, well, Master Steelbone, as you know, is the master of antiquities and artifacts, oversees this entire beautiful building. It's without their guidance, I'm just a curator, but without their guidance, we wouldn't have nearly the amount of beautiful antiquities here and artifacts.
Is there any antiquity that you really would love but just can't get your hands on?
Oh. I mean, there are plenty that I would love, but I mean, there's so many different things that you could have.
Really? I'm not a history buff myself.
I know that, in particular, it's really not, again, this is really not my job, but I do know that Master Steelbone is very interested in procuring a unique item down below.
Ooh.
Below?
Do tell.
Oh, I don't know as much about it, but Master Steelbone does. Are you looking for work?
Maybe. Well, right now we are just browsing through the city. But the more information, like my dear friend Esperie said about what the locals do, makes it all that much more adventurous now, doesn't it?
Honestly, even the opportunity to your lord sounds so truly incredible. Being able to have a conversation with them about these artifacts that they are after would be... Well, it would be an honor, to be quite honest.
Well, if you're interested in work, like I said, Master Steelbone is very interested in an item that was, that may be locked away down in some ruins within the mountain, and I am happy to introduce you.
Please, but before we go, I did have one question. I've been looking around. This place just seems... It lives up to its name, the Hall of Brilliance. And I've been wondering, where's the Digbrand Armory? I'm sure that they're just as brilliant, if not as more brilliant than this hall itself. I haven't seen any soldiers. I've seen some guards. But I know where I'm from, we had a pretty big army. We also looked forward, loved our guards and loved our soldiers. But I don't see any here. Is there a reason for that?
There are. He looks kind of uncomfortable. Like, we have plenty of guards. A lot of them are mercenaries. We're working on. He kind of is at a loss for words, and he goes. There are soldiers. There are soldiers, and they are about. Perhaps you did not see them because they are very good at their job.
Oh, I bet. I love a good soldier myself. I wasn't a soldier, but I did read lots of books when I was younger about soldiers, like what they were supposed to be. And for a little bit there, when I was sent away from my father, I did to the place where I did grow up and become a keeper of the law myself. I did imagine myself having lots of those types of adventures. I'm sure the Digbrandian soldiers have those types of adventures. Oh, I can only imagine the types of trouble that they could get into up here on this mountain, and the things that they could protect.
Make a persuasion check, Luden.
Esperie is very gently putting her hand on Luden's shoes. Real laid it on thick, but we'll see.
Hey, we got things to do.
We do have things to do.
Yeah, so we'll see how this works. Hey! 16!
He's just like, yes, quite right you are. Quite right. And he's lost.
That's all you get.
That's all I get.
I mean, you don't know what's going on in this guy's mind. But he's just kind of like he agrees with you. And he seems to be thinking on something.
I think Luden is just he's gonna smile at him, and then he's gonna look to the rest of the party and just raise his eyebrows a little bit, like, try something, and he's gonna step back because he feels like he's been talking a lot.
You had mentioned to us the possibility of introducing us to your lord, which, like I say, is a great honor. Is there anything we should prepare, or is it just a candid conversation about what they might expect? I mean, obviously we could talk for hours about the brilliance of their halls, as it were, but...
Is he here now?
Oh, Master Freya is, it's not as formal as perhaps the other dwarven lords.
Really?
What do you mean by that? Like, he...
It's hard to explain. They are, well, just trust me. Just follow me.
Sure.
Clay leads you back to a roped-off area at the back of the Hall of Brilliance, and you move into a room filled with crates. Some crates open and straw just kind of bursting forth onto the ground. And Clay kind of clears his throat. Master Freya Steelbone, I beg your pardon with the intrusion. Master Freya is nowhere to be seen, but all of a sudden you see them kind of pop up from one of the large crates. Some straw kind of falling from the crate as they kind of react to hearing their name. And you see this lovely but strong dwarven individual with a variety of scars. Their blonde hair is tied up very tightly in braids. And then there's one that kind of like loops over their forehead. Their eyes are a piercing green, and they're in the middle of rolling up their sleeves when you arrive. No problem. Needed, Clay. In fact, this is the perfect time. I could use a bit of help.
Ludin immediately rolls up his sleeves and goes, well, what do you need help with?
They disappear from sight once more, and you see emerge from this box this massive scorpion stinger tail, and it's slightly larger than Freya's entire body, and they're holding it like this. And while Freya is very strong, they are straining to keep this stinger out of the box. Well, go on, grab it. Watch the stinger. You don't want to be paralyzed for a week now. Which reminds me, don't trip over Vince. He's on the floor somewhere.
So Ludin will walk over, looking for Vince at the same time as also like keeping very good eye contact, like knowing where that stinger is. And he's gonna be like, he's gonna just start helping. If the stinger's pointing this way, his whole body is just like this as he's walking.
You step forward and you see over on the other side of the crate, this dwarf completely locked up with the worst case of muscle cramp you've ever seen on the floor, like this.
Ooh.
Finn will also be following at Ludin's heels and step over Finn's and try and help as well.
All right.
Reese is going to stand next to the curator by the door, as far away.
Those of you helping, make a athletics check for me.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Is this still within that 48 hours? This is the second day of that 48 hours, isn't it?
No, wouldn't yesterday have been?
Yeah, I think it's passed.
Yeah.
I think it's passed.
Ooh. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, I got a 15.
24.
Nice.
Don't you want to train with him now, Ludin?
So
my leg is all jacked up, so
Look, you can give
that's happening.
give all the excuses you want, Ludin, but
I
your
will.
is your arm jacked up?
Center of gravity, all that stuff, acid reflux, yada yada yada.
Right.
So you guys begin to help with the stinger. That's it, easy does it now. And you keep moving it over. Finlay, you grab the end and you are able to kind of carry it under your arms like this. And it goes from vertical onto the ground, and you guys are easily able to gently lay it on the ground without any issue.
Is it just a stinger or is it attached to something?
It's the mass. It's like a tail.
Oh.
It's like the tail part. It's just the tail.
Oh, it's just the tail. I'm like, is it attached to anything?
It's
Okay.
not attached to a scorpion.
Okay.
It is not attached to a scorpion. And you guys kind of lay it down. Whew! Well, that was good. Clay, why don't you go get something to help old Vince out? He looks like he's gonna be knocked out for a while.
If I may, he'll walk over to Vince. Poison, right? If it's a scorpion tail?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he'll bend down and he will cast. Oh no, he can't.
Nope.
Right.
You can't.
Never mind.
Cast anything.
Freya looks at you and he goes, "Oh, I don't think that's gonna work. It'll be. We're gonna have to take him out. Clay's got it. It'll be all right."
Speaking of which, Luda's gonna look down at his arm and see if that thing that whatever is on his arm is still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay, he's just wondering.
So What's this all about? Clay brought you in?
Clay was telling. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
well, we were just speaking with Clay about your fantastic museum and the tremendous things inside of it, and he mentioned, well, several things. One, that you might be willing to have a conversation, and second, that you might need some work done. We are very curious what an adventurer would be able to do for someone like you.
Oh, that would be just luck. My crew has been excavating part of the mountain. It's been left to ruins for thousands of years. It was home to the first ones who lived in these caves. Ages ago. The mountain erupted, covered the city of the first ones in ash. Near perfectly preserved. There's an artifact down there, and my crew has discovered it. Can't get much near it. The chamber that houses it is locked. If you could unlock it and retrieve the artifact, that'd be pretty game-changing.
Amazing. Well, we will see if we have enough time. We are on a tiny crunch, but that does sound very fun, and we're all about adventure.
Yeah, you look the part.
Thank you.
It seems that you are very busy. Do you have any time to converse? We were very fascinated by your museum.
Oh, I am pretty busy, but, well, what questions could I answer for you?
So many. We will try to keep it brief, of course, but we were absolutely fascinated, of course, by the preservation of the twin beholders.
Oh,
Fantastic.
yes.
That must have been very complicated to do, and I could ask you a million questions about this. And then
Luden's face is slowly just like dissolving from that happy, like fake stuff. And it's like.
Luden had expressed a great interest in the making and keeping of the weapons and the history of the military in Digbrand. That seems to have shifted quite a bit recently, and we're interested in anything you might know about this. I suppose we could start there if that is a good place to begin.
With the military?
Yes. We have heard a great deal about the craftsmanship of the dwarves of Digbrand, and it seems, at least based on what Clay says, and of course I'm no expert, I may have misinterpreted, it has become less. The military is featured less and less in the museum recently. Is this true? Or?
Yeah, I mean, like this whole place is like a testament to not just only Digbrand's army and military might, but just from what I've seen, the might of the entire world. I'm sure, as our friend told us already, that plenty of Digbrandians have made it in here. I was just wondering if recently any person has risen up from the military might and shown their true colors in the Hall of have their weapons bestowed in the Hall of Brilliance. Recently, of course.
Well, I don't share no ill will. We do have some sections within our museum that still curate to the military and the vigor name, which I'm guessing is what you're suggesting to.
That's the guy that... He owns the Fuzzy Naval where we're staying.
Yes, he does own the Fuzzy Naval. His father and his family, mentor to our generals and the leader of our armies. There are a very good many of people that were vigor that do have places in our museum.
Fantastic. He's a very kind gentleman. We've had many nice conversations with him.
Oh, is he here? It's his weapons that are in here, right?
I think he must just be a very humble person because he has not brought it up in any way to us, but we would love to see and be able to, poke fun at him about it later. Like, hey, we saw your great axe, or whatever it is.
He never really had any weapons, but not any that he really used. But
his Fist of Fury, I assume.
No, he it's more of his family. Do you really not know about what's the name, and he really isn't a warrior of sorts.
We have heard, various rumors, but they seem very unkind, and of course Belgain said never you mind those sort of things, so we assumed that they were untrue. Are they... Is it so that he has, denied that sort of thing?
It is. He goes another path.
Wait, but what about the military? What if, God forbid, Digbrand is attacked?
That's a good point. I don't think that we're weak. We are certainly strong,
Glory to it.
And there are a plenty of dwarven houses that are picking up the slack.
Is there one in particular that's pretty good at military? That's not Vigor?
No.
I'm so sorry.
This is obviously an uncomfortable topic. We were very excited. I'm so sorry to bring down the mood. We are so excited to meet you.
It is complicated. We were childhood friends. I took over after my own father, and I am a bit frustrated, like most of the people here, with his life choices.
Well, why don't you guys just find someone else? It's not like... Does he have to do it? I'm sorry if this is against your customs. I'm unfamiliar with the dwarven customs compared to my own. I grew up on a farm, far away from the city.
They look at you, Ludin, as you say that. It's complicated, and I don't think it's really any of your business. Finali, with your passive insight, there's a kind of tinge, like a muscle kind of pulse in their cheek, and they look at the floor when they kind of speak about Belgain. It seems like they had something with Belgain. They had a soft spot, and it's starting to push buttons.
It's all right. We shouldn't press. Clearly, things are as they are for a reason, right? And hey, this scorpion tail, though. Wow.
Where's it from?
Go ahead.
I said, where's it from?
Oh, this came all the way from Sable.
That's on the east coast, right? It's on the eastern coast of this continent. Is that where Sable
Yes.
is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It'll go nicely up with those big green eyeball things. What are they called again?
Beholders, I think.
Oh,
right?
beholder. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
they were incredible.
Well, we're getting the other pieces shipped too. So far, only the tail has arrived. But
So how large is it overall if that is just the tail and it is the size of a torso?
oh, this is just half of the tail.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Right. And you see Clay return, and he has a few other dwarves with him, and they rush over to Vince and just kind of like pick him off the floor. He is completely like frozen, paralyzed, and they begin moving him out.
And Ludin's gonna be like, oh wow. Actually, that kind of reminds me. Don't we have another appointment today, guys? Don't want to be late.
We do. It was very nice to meet you. Thank you for meeting with us.
Pleasure to meet you too. Don't think too harshly.
Sure. Well, we're outsiders. you know, no reason to judge.
I'm sure he appreciates a friend like you.
Right, well, I better get back to it. Got some more crates to open. Clay will
Sure thing.
lead you out.
And we'll let you know if we have time to help out with your problem.
That would be very welcome.
Sure thing. We'll go ahead and start walking towards the door.
I'm gonna hang back a moment and say one more thing if everyone else is heading out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. If they are nearby, then I will priestly hover over them. But otherwise, I'll fill the space. I wanted to apologize for any discomfort we may have caused you. Belgain has been nothing but incredibly kind to us, and I know with the rumors that we hear and the way people speak, it must be very painful to think about the way others think of him, knowing that he is such a kind man. And I wanted to say, as long as he's completely happy where he is, that is what matters.
Make a persuasion check. Natural 20.
Natural 20 for 28.
She turns around.
So I turn around, I show my plant.
A sweet trunk action.
As soon as you believe him to be truly happy, that is what is most important.
It is frustrating. Like I said, we were friends growing up. Very well, we were more than friends. But that was a long time ago. I am frustrated with his life choices. I feel like he's put a wedge between us, even as friends.
From what I know of him, and the kindness that he has shown to me, I believe he would want to mend this. It just seems such an insurmountable hurdle if he is, having the position of a lord, but rejecting it. So you are torn in two places at once.
What would you do? If you had the power to replace Vigor, what would you do?
Can I tell you? I would not give advice to one such as you, but I was born into a family. The Arete family, you might not know. It's from the eastern continent.
I know who that is.
Yes.
I know their perfume and their oils.
My older siblings and the man who raised me, they all were great business people. They had a calling. They knew what they must do, and it was not what I was meant to do. And the thing that let me be truly happy, and the thing that let me have the relationship I am able to have with them now is that I had to let go of my role in that family. I had to leave. And then when I become my own person, free of the privileges and the restrictions given to me by my family name, that was when we were able to love each other again. But I do not know your situation. I only know what happened for me. It has been wonderful to meet you. I know I am being very... You're not my therapist. I am sharing so much, but I respect your work, and I wish you nothing but the greatest of happiness.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. And sometimes my father would tell me that the greatest wisdom comes from outside folks. Ones that don't know you. Sometimes the tongue of a stranger will speak more wisdom in 1,000 years than one sentence. And it is up to us who hear that to listen and to make a decision off of it. For ourselves. For the stranger cannot make the decision. Only give the insight and the wisdom. And perhaps that's one of these times. So I thank ya.
I look forward. I do not know. Traveling with so many people, I don't know exactly what our calendar looks like, but I'd wish nothing else than be able to help you search for the next artifact. We should be able to contact you soon to let you know if we can do this.
That would be wonderful. It was good to meet you. It was good to meet you. And they turn and go back to digging and prying open crates.
I'll head out with everyone else and I'll just start elbowing Luden.
Oh my god. I annoy you, Fix. The system works.
While they're walking outside and Esperis is having that talk, he's like to Luden and them, he's like, Finn's like, I think we upset them. I don't know. Like, they sounded really upset. Maybe we shouldn't.
Esperis got this. Keep walking. We got this.
Okay.
You still think she's the most powerful person in the party, by far. No doubt about it.
All right, where are you going next?
What time is it?
Oh, that's right.
When does Alehammer rent out the thing?
We don't know.
We don't know.
It's probably about 11 a.m. at this point.
Oh, I thought we had a time. It's just for 3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah.
3 hours. Yeah.
Not at a
Luden's
certain
just
time
gonna
of day. It's just
go
a
to
3-hour block.
one of the people as they're about to leave, like, oh my god, we didn't get a time, and he'll walk over to the person that he gave his money to, the weapons to, and be like, sir, we're new to the city, and we've finally seen the Hall of Brilliance, but we heard that Mr. Alehammer, Noble Alehammer, I don't know the correct title, or I can't remember it, excuse me, but
that would be the Lord of Bounty, Dwarven Ale, and the Food Supply.
Ah, the Lord of Bounty and Food Supply.
And Dwarven Ale.
And Dwarven Ale. Can't forget the Dwarven Ale. We heard that he has a big soiree, that he rents out this place for 3 hours. We didn't know what time that was. We were planning on seeing if we could attend. Or is it an open thing, or is it private?
Oh, it's pretty private. Oh. He rents the whole place out just for himself.
Oh, interesting. Do you know what time he does that?
It's usually in the afternoon.
Ah, gotcha. Well, thank you anyway.
Of course.
Sure thing. And he'll...
Glory to the strong.
Glory to the strong. Walk outside. All of that facade and smile and stuff like that just drops as soon as they walk outside, and his face just goes back to stone. Like, oh my god.
Wow, that was pretty cool though.
Ugh.
Should we go see Burn Silver now?
Maybe we should go see. He's the one that does the. He's the Lord of Ale, is it? No, this
Crade. Burn Silver.
Yeah, maybe we should try and find Alehammer first, and maybe get an invite, because it is 11 o'clock, and if we can get an invite to his private space for 3 hours, I think gold and ale might be able to help that out.
I will say I spoke to this person, and they are not at all a sure thing, but they are considering it. So they're a maybe, but we should definitely speak with everyone else to have a sure thing.
All right, so you're going to the Earthen Basin?
Yes.
Is that correct? Yes. Alrighty then. Switch it up here. The bloopies. Look at the bloopies. All right. So, you make your way back down to the Earthen Basin. And you see one of the stewards just kind of like, it's not busy down here except for like tourists, because the locals know that you don't come down here during this time frame when the Lord of Bounty is down here. And actually, because it is early, a lot of people are starting to leave. So the people that are there have begun to kind of pour out of the entrances, and you see the people aren't taking any new individuals into the basin. The people that run the earthen basin.
Ludin will go up and be like, "Hi, we are."
I'm sorry, the earthen basin is going to be closing soon. Reserved for a private party.
Ah, that's okay. We were just. Do you have any ale that you could sell us pretty quickly?
Ale?
Yes, we want. We're experiencing the city.
We're not really a bar. We're more like a place of relaxation and rest.
Oh, do you know where we can get any dwarven ale on such short notice?
You can go
Any
to the
place
Stone
close?
Ox up back. If you go right back up the platform, you can go to the Stone Ox.
Stone Ox. Got you. He's gonna walk back over to the party. He's gonna be like, so, they're not accepting anyone, but who thinks that they can get to the Stone Ox, buy as much dwarven ale as they can, and get back down here
I don't
before
think
they
we'll
close?
have to. Finn, you still have that, alchemy jug?
I do. That's right.
Give him mayonnaise.
Not exactly what I was thinking. But,
Got this fine mayonnaise.
We got some fine mayonnaise for you, sir.
Besides the dwarven ale, though, if we're pitching this whole get him invested into Muddy's thing and yada yada, perhaps we should give him a taste of a fuzzy navel? I doubt he's had one.
Able to do that in your.
Could the alchemy jug make a fuzzy navel?
No, it's not. It doesn't work that way.
How about we give him dwarven ale first? If he doesn't accept us or immediately invite us in, he'll still know our faces.
Sir, this is a spa.
Yes.
Why are we giving him dwarven ale? Doesn't he have plenty at his disposal?
Yes.
Isn't he like the Lord of Ale?
It's free.
But it's his. I think it'd be better to give him.
We just got a raid of 27.
I know, I just saw that! My face just immediately. Thank you so much, Fateful Encounters, with the raid of 27. There is so much chaos in the chat right now.
Yay!
The party is trying to I don't know. How do you guys want to talk about it? Like, manipulate dwarven lords?
Yes.
So that they will vote in favor of excommunicating another dwarven lord?
You know, just a little political
espionage
going on. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
Wow. So you guys continue to converse about like what you're gonna do, and eventually the platform comes back down the tunnel. You see a series of guards in very kind of like amber colored armor and tunics kind of step off with another dwarven male with a hood over. He kind of like pulls it back, and you see the oldest dwarf you have ever seen in your life. He is well beyond his years and age. His skin is scarred and worn from the passage of time. It's very loose on his face and his cheeks and around his neck. He's wearing full armor, but you can see that it's a little bit too big for him. The hair on his head and beard and face is just as white as the peaks of Digbrand. Thinning and patched in some areas. The wrinkles on his forehead kind of fold over and then near his eyes, and they kind of look out tired but filled with purpose and resolve, and the guards around him, they just begin walking over to the door, the earthen basin entrance.
Luden will walk over to Esperise and be like, hey, remember our original plan with if maybe we should do things with Caravis that you came up with? I think maybe...
I don't think that was ever brought up on stream.
Oh, it wasn't.
But Esperise remembers. Esperise pops the top button of her dwarven blouse. No, she's not gonna do that. But I am gonna hustle on over to that.
Are you sure?
She's not gonna flex it out. She might happen to just slightly open it a little, so you can see kind of her raiments underneath, which are technically priest robes, but nobody recognizes them as such.
This looks like a letage.
Just a little collarbone showing. Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Are you approaching?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I am so sorry. I have been told you are the people with the private party, yes?
Well, hello.
Hello.
Oh, you are quite a looker, aren't ya?
Thank you. Well,
I don't really see as good as I used to, but I can tell.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I am so sorry for any inconvenience, but we find ourselves in quite a predicament. You are a warrior, yes? I can tell
Oh, in my day I was a warrior. I'm not a warrior anymore. I can barely see my own boots.
I have with me, and I'm gonna gesture to Luden, who is hopefully leaning on a staff of some kind at this moment, looking wounded.
Exactly. That is exactly what he's doing.
I am traveling, obviously, I am not so much a fighter myself, but I am traveling with warriors myself, and some are wounded, and to my understanding, a time in the spa is the best time for healing. I am very worried about his leg. Is there any way we could just slip in to help my comrade heal?
Make a deception check.
Okay.
You got this.
I'm not as good at deception, but we'll see.
Oh,
that's a 20 Yes!
2 net 20s in a row!
2 net right in a row. 16 minutes ago, she had a net 22. And there's a guard that kind of like steps in front, like, my lord, I'll get this rabble out of the way so we can get you to the earthen basin. And then he goes, Marcus, no, that is just absolutely rude. How could you do that? I'm about to have you smacked in your head. I will tell your father, get your back on that platform. And he goes, of course, you are more than welcome. You and your friends.
Oh, thank you so much. Is it,
as long as you don't mind an old man in the room with you.
Can we come too? I'm hurt.
Sure.
We are all recovering, yes. And I gesture for everyone to come forward and introduce themselves if they would so like.
Luden walks up and goes, oh, it's such an honor to meet you. I mean, after, we fought down in the vaults and killed that obelisk thingy, and I'm quite sure that's where I hurt my leg. I'm quite sure that this spa can really help me get that better.
Oh, you were helping Lord Caravis, huh?
Anything to get this city back and running, right?
I personally think he's a bit of an ass. I know he's been pushing for this cockamamie motion for a while. He made, if you can believe it, the remark that my son was strange and slow in front of the other dwarven legacies some time ago. So, I like to vote no against him, just out of spite to piss him off.
My favorite character.
Oh my gosh, it's Amir when he's old.
He totally is.
And you know, I'm
He
so
runs on
old.
ale and spite. We have so much in common.
Amir suddenly smiles.
And I'm so old, the other dwarven lords, they don't really pay me too much mind, as long as the ale and the food keeps coming their way. But, yeah, he's an ass, and I like to piss him off.
Glory to the strong.
Glory to the strong.
Oh yeah, back to as big of a smile as when you guys first saw Luden see Belgain. This is cheesing from ear to ear. He's really happy.
This one's feisty.
He immediately, you guys start walking with him. He invites you into the earthen, begin walking down the tunnels into the earthen basin, and like old men do, they just because like screw it, I'm about to die soon. Like I'm gonna do. He just immediately strips. He gets and he immediately strips all his clothes off. And he keeps talking. He goes, you know, my son runs much of the Alehammer name now, and I have taught him well. He is not a fool. He's just a little socially awkward and has a unique personality, bit of a social outcast. But me and my son, we're very close. We very close.
What's your son's name?
Oh, his name is Terradin.
Terradin.
And you know, with you be doing work for that that low-life Caravis, maybe you do a little work for me. I bet I'll pay you well and I'll treat you better. I need help finding a match for my boy. I know I might look young and spry, but my candle has burned far past its time, and he needs someone, a best friend. I don't want my boy to be lonely when I'm gone. I could have arranged a marriage, but my son is very particular and awkward, and if I arrange something, I know he'd be alone for the rest of his life.
Is Terradin the guy from the magic shop?
Is it?
I was gonna say I've heard that name before. I'm looking in my notes. Yeah.
Did I reuse a name?
I might be completely wrong.
Terradin Fletcher.
I'm so sorry. Terrence.
Okay, so we haven't met him. Okay, I was like, I like that guy.
Yeah.
We're gonna call him Torrance instead. I did not know I used that name already. Torrance Alehammer.
I mean, multiple people can have the same name.
Well,
I'm not gonna be like Game of Thrones and confuse the mess out of you, where there's like Bronn, Brienne, Bran, and I'm not gonna do that to you guys.
different actors play the same character. What kind of people does Torrance like?
Well, he doesn't really like people. He like I said, he keeps to himself.
Oh.
Maybe then a nice dog.
No, that's a very kind suggestion. I have been having some small gatherings regularly in hopes to secure, a match, but it isn't going well, and it's taken too long. I think a party might be in order. Last time we... Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, we're actually matchmakers, but go ahead.
No, I like the idea that Finn tries to get the sentence out a couple times and he
steamrolls right over it.
He's like, oh yeah, wait, hold on. Make a persuasion check.
It's true, actually, but yes, I'll
make a persuasion check.
We are anything he needs us to be.
But it's true, we did.
We did match up at the very first the first time, yeah.
Yes, okay. 19.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we're kind of expert matchmakers, actually. Experts in love.
What? Look, I ran into you. I mean, I'm definitely gonna need it. The last time we had a gathering, he lit some poor girl's hair on fire on accident. He was trying to see her face a little bit better, and I told him mood candlelighting was gonna help, but he just got too close to the poor thing's head, which just went up in flames.
Lord Torrance, Lord Alehammer, excuse me. Does your boy, is he able to fight at all? I know the ladies love a good warrior.
He can carry a sword and he looks mighty heroic. But unfortunately, He's not the best at swinging it.
What is he good at?
He enjoys reading.
Oh,
a noble pursuit.
And he likes to draw too.
Really?
That can work with.
Is he good at drawing?
Oh, he is. I got him the best imported straight from Dawn's Rise masters, in fact. Taught him, and he enjoyed it. He's excellent.
Interesting. Do you think that we can meet him very soon to, start...
Well, if you're willing to help an old spry dwarf like myself, I would be mighty grateful, yeah.
I can honestly say I am from Dawn's Rise, originally, if you cannot tell from the accent. And just the idea of meeting someone who has trained under the masters from there, I would love to have a conversation with your son.
Oh, are you interested in matching, perhaps?
He does sound really wonderful, but I am concerned with the life on the road. If he is interested in friendship or a courtship through letters of pen pal, then I might be able to suffice, but
I think we can find a better match, don't you think?
One who is
here.
here.
It's one of our rules, we...
Marriage and children is not really much. It's more friendship, but a companionship that would bloom into a marriage. That is a true gift. I was married to mine for almost 90 years.
Wow, 90 years. Yeah, 90 years of sending letters. I don't think that would really bloom into anything promising.
Lord Alehammer, do you think that you could send for your son right now, actually? We really need to soak to get my leg better, especially. And what better time than the present to start looking?
Oh, well. He doesn't like to travel out in public, but if you are interested, my next plan was to throw a larger party gathering to invite more of the common folk too, instead of some of the lords and their children and such. Let's be fair, most of the rich people up here are all assholes.
Interesting. Well, Lord Elhelm, I have one more question, and then I assume the party would actually maybe pretend to see if we can find our search immediately. But, are you okay with, outsiders marrying your son?
Oh, no, not at all. Why would I? There was nothing wrong with that.
All right, just making sure.
If it is somebody that my son deems the perfect person for him, the perfect friend. Like I said, I'm very close with my son. We are best friends. We talk about everything, and he's invested a lot into me. And I'm afraid when I'm gone, he won't have anyone. He's very shy and very timid, and he needs someone that will take my place.
Well, I wish I could have had a father like you.
Oh, that's... Don't you start on me now! And he just kind of nudges you. Talking all of it. I've heard so many flowery words, and now you using them on me.
I assure you I can only speak the truth.
When were you planning on throwing this party? I know we are only in town for out of character. How many days do we have to complete this task?
Within the next day.
Within the next day.
It was 24 hours.
Within the next day or two, you can do, if you wanted to undergo this particular task, you could.
We are only in town for the next 24, 48 hours, life on the road. When are you throwing that party? Maybe we could make an appearance.
Oh, I see what you were saying. I'm saying like the party is in within the next day. You have plenty of time. I'm sorry.
Cool. I'm like, man, he gave us a 24-hour time limit.
No. I was trying to say the party's happening within the next day or so, but like you have plenty of time.
We are only in town for a limited amount of time. The party is within the next couple of days?
Yes.
I mean, if we are not overstepping, we would love to assist your wonderful son if we could make an appearance, perhaps bring some strange, exciting new people into his life.
Yes, that would be lovely if you could help. Anything I could do for individuals who are willing to help me do a better job for me than Caravis.
Well, I'm going to see if I might be able to get a massage for my leg. I don't want to leave you so soon without having what we want accomplished, but I do need to go and tend to this. The Obelix really did a number on me. So he's gonna...
I'm sure you did. Let me take care of him. And who will pay to have your leg massaged? your little hammy ham, your hamstring. He'll pay to have your muscles relaxed and giving you a nice treatment.
+1 to strength.
Sure.
Yes.
if you want that back cup thing.
Look, my leg has been bothering me for like 2-3 days, and it's gonna be a while before we have some actual downtime, it seems. So yeah, let's get the pain over with.
Suffer through it.
Yeah. Get it over with.
The servants bring out the eel and some fine bread. You see Lord Alemhammer, he begins to like eat the bread and put the eel on the bread, and he's just enjoying himself, and you are welcome to eat.
We eat, drink, and listen to all of his stories.
And he tells you about all these stories with his son and how close they are, and just growing up, him teaching him things, and this very, you just get the sense that there's this very beautiful father-son relationship where he has, over the years, like his son used to be much shyer than he is now, and he's still extremely shy. Almost very similar to like the stuttering Duke in Bridgerton, where he's had this kind of social anxiety his whole life, and his father's just kind of trying to get him through it and be his best, and he's also his best friend.
While all this is going on, y'all are hearing like subtle screams.
They're ignored.
Luden screaming.
I'm gonna at some point during this conversation, I think I'm gonna subtle spell message. I'm gonna use the sorcery point, so it's subtle spell, so you can't tell that I'm casting a spell. And I'm going to message. I'll message Uramir.
Okay.
I think. Should I start? Trying to lay on the stuff now, or should I wait for the party? It kind of seems we're in a good place. What do you think?
No time like the present.
Okay. So, Lord, jumping out of the spell now and talking with my real voice. I also give opportunity if other people want to try to do this, but
I got you back. Don't worry.
Okay.
Let me put my alter ego hat on real quick.
Something that I am considering, because you said you were open to outsiders, people from all over the world. We are staying in, I am sure you are familiar with the Fuzzy Navel, yes? Belgain Vigor establishment.
Yes, I know about old Belgain.
Yeah, well, it's absolutely, of course, hopping with people from all sorts of walks of life. We recently had he's a very fun man. We met him actually on the road on the way over here. Muddy. I don't know, I don't think he is from here originally, but he traveled all over the place. He might be a good friend for your son. I don't think he has long-term potential. It's actually very funny. He's been trying to convince Belgain that Belgain would be so much happier if he were to lay things aside and go live a life on the road. Like Muddy, to follow his heart, leave his title behind and go take the tavern on the road. It's really quite sweet to see the kind of conversations that move through that space.
Make a persuasion check.
I've decided.
Get another natural 20.
Esperis is not gonna talk. So 17 plus 8, that's a 25.
All right.
She don't miss.
She don't miss.
Well,
She's also completely nude, if that helps.
Gives her advantage.
Well, I'll be. I'd not heard of a Muddy. That's definitely new to me. He's an entrepreneur, you say?
Yeah, he has a little. Ormir, you know more about this than I do. He has a kind of a contraption.
Oh, don't sell it short, dear Esperance. Now, Muddy
Pulls out a
here.
PowerPoint.
Muddy here, and I'm sure you'll appreciate this because you are a man. I'm sure your taste in ale is quite exquisite. Could you imagine?
The best.
Could you imagine a tavern or a bar that travels across the land and allows you to view all of the scenery while you sat there enjoying some of the finest ales and some of the finest drinks from anywhere in the world?
Does this exist?
Oh yes, well, it is
That would be an absolute marvel.
I thought you would say that.
I don't know if I'll be able to live to see that, but I tell you, if I did, I would have seen it all.
Well, our friend Muddy and Belgain, it's mostly Muddy's thing. We are in a very early budding stage of getting this project off of the ground, and he actually has a lot of the technology already worked out for it. And we were actually thinking that someone with your refined palate and someone with your status would bring a lot of credibility to the project.
Imagine your very own dwarven ale being tasted thousands of miles away.
That sounds amazing. And this Muddy, will he be willing to share all this of his idea? I would be very interested in speaking with this individual.
Honestly, if you ask Muddy one question about it, he will give you 1,000 answers. He's very excited about invested in the project. And he is just so wishing that Belgain and his experience as a tavern keeper and the name and the patronage he brings with him will come with him on this. It would really be the dream team.
Do you think you might invite this Muddy to this party that I had mentioned before?
If that
Of course. If you would be willing to share a few words with him, I'm sure he'd jump at the opportunity.
I would love to speak to this individual. Thank you. I'm so glad that I ran into you. This has been quite a good day.
We are so glad you feel that way. It is such a fun coincidence. So many wonderful things piling on top of each other.
It is a coincidence. It's like luck, fate, I don't know, but I realize I've been around long enough. I'm very excited about it. And what was his last name?
Do we know?
Yes, you do.
Do we know what Muddy's last name is?
Who's Muddy's?
Muddy?
Bricktoe. It's Bricktoe.
Bricktoe.
Anyway, history check to know if that's like a criminal name or something that we shouldn't say.
I am very excited about this. I might even... Torrance might want to meet him as well. I'm sure he'd love to hear all these interesting ideas, too.
It does sound like your son has a keen academic mind with his interest in books and learning. I'm sure you will have much to discuss.
He really does. He just a bit timid. He might say some strange things, but he is very, very smart.
And Muddy's friendly enough to bring anyone out of their shell. So I think they'll get along very well.
He just kind of smiles and he finishes off the eel and he just stands up. Mud just kind of like dripping off of him, completely nude. He goes, "Well, I think your friend is done screaming, which means that his treatment's probably over. And crack, 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 crack." And I feel just as fit as I was 30 years ago. It was a pleasure to meet you. I think I'll retire now.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yes.
Freya's gonna. Were we all in the thing in the mud pit?
I'm guessing that you were.
All right, cool. She's gonna get out. She's covered in mud. She doesn't care if she's naked. And she's gonna run over to her clothes. And she's gonna like dig through and find the shiniest rock that she has in any of her pockets. And she's gonna give it to him. Like, you are my favorite. She's gonna put it in his hands.
He takes it. What does it look like?
Let's see. I think it's gonna be, what kind of rock is it?
I want it to be a 2,000 gold piece diamond or something.
You are my babe.
It's a diamond encrusted pearl. She's like, this is a nice rock.
We could say, yeah. It's a very nice
citrine.
It's a nice citrine, and he takes it and he just looks at you and goes, "Oh, well, thank you. Why am I your favorite, if I may ask?"
Because Kervis is total doorman.
I second you there. I second you there. This is real nice. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you all.
He takes it. He has no pockets because he's naked, but he holds it. He takes it, and and he just kind of shuffles off back into the other room where his clothes are. And I think
down.
And I think with that, since it is 11:07, that is where we will end as Lord of the Ale, Lord Alehammer himself, moves back into put his clothes back on, and you all are kind of left for a moment. Woo! All right. We had so much happening. Let me thank the plethora of people from this stream today. Thank you, Melissa Cecilia, for the pledge of $4. Thank you, Haloidy, for the resub. Tier 1, 8 months in a row. Slayer Geezer for the resub. Tier 1 for 3 months. Again, I'm gonna read what they said. If this episode doesn't end with Samson on a beach with everyone else, I'm out. Didn't end on a beach, but it did end in a mud pit. Thank you, Call Me They, for the follow. Sheriff Dan for the follow. Mr. JJ Land for the raid of 5. Thank you so much. Thank you, It's Ya Boy Qatar for the follow. Voidbound Radic for the 13 bits. Super Dylan for the 200 bits. Voidbound Radic for 25 more bits. Jedi Master 4559 for the raid of 2. Voidbound Radic for 25 additional bits. Not Zlayer for the follow. Thank you, Fateful Encounters for the raid of 27. Thank you, Avery Berry 77 for the follow. Red Panda Cola for the follow. Thank you guys so very much. Wow, what we had like 30 viewers. And we're so grateful. Thank you. Kind of blown away by that. Thank you so much, everyone, for subscribing, for following. If you enjoy our show, please consider supporting us with a sub or use that free Twitch Prime or follow us. It takes a lot of work to bring you this content every week, and we want to keep bringing you awesome content every week. Subscribers, of course, get exclusive emotes and access to our Secret Door channel on our Discord, where I share work in progress shots of my artwork. We sometimes share behind the scenes, looks at what we're working on, and more. Of course, you can also join our Discord with Command Discord for free and just hang out with the chat and the cast. You can also catch all of our shows on our YouTube if you want to catch up with all the previous episodes, so make sure to follow us on YouTube. That is Command YouTube. And you can also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/InkandLyre. Our other shows, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have Twisted Veil, which is our Through the Breach Malifaux campaign. It's very steampunk, Victorian horror. Deanna is in that show. She is a player in that show, so you can hang out tomorrow on Tuesday to see her. She plays Nemo.
I'm not in a coffin anymore. I'm very excited.
She's not in a coffin anymore. Wednesdays is Iron Valor. Iron Valor, and that's at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Iron Valor is the show where we play through Wizards of the Coast modules, and we're currently playing through Curse of Strahd. And Brandon, Reyna, and we play as players, and Daniel actually DMs. Strahd showed up. We ended on a cliffhanger.
Oh yeah, we're all gonna die.
Strahd,
tune in for the season finale of Fate.
We're gonna seduce him. We're gonna seduce him so hard. It's gonna be fun.
We ended on a cliffhanger. Strahd rode up on his nightmare. We're on Yester Hill. There's no place to hide, and we're only on episode I think 4 or 5 maybe. We do mini-series of those Wizards of the Coast modules, and so tune in Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for that craziness. Fridays we have Short Rest, which is our 8 p.m. show. I am that's when we play video games. We kind of hang out and chill and talk. We communicate with the cast, or I'm sorry, sometimes we do interview and communicate with the cast. We also communicate with the audience and just chill. We had a long week and we relax and we hang out together. I am currently playing through Man of Medan. If you've played Until Dawn, it's made by those same people. Very cinematic. You make choices and there's the butterfly effect and it ripples downward. Some people die by the decisions that you make. Some people live. And I kind of talk with the audience and we make decisions together and we just enjoy this wonderful cinematic experience together. And that is Fridays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And those are the shows that we have. That was a lot. My throat is kind of like from being an old man for a little while there. But yes. So yes, those are our shows. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this evening. Daniel is going to find us someone to raid. I'm hoping that he is. And we love you guys, and we will see you again. And remember, next Monday, we're doing a 9 Realms Gaming giveaway. We're going to be giving away a gorgeous dice vault from 9 Realms Gaming. So join us next Monday for that 9 Realms Gaming giveaway. So don't forget. But other than that, we love you guys, and we will see you next Monday. Bye-bye.